All sports, all plays. Yeah. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we're making up plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.
So.
All right, everybody. It is Unscripted as we work out some minor technical difficulties here with the ASAP Sports Network, and this is the pregame show from top to bottom as I get them to come in. If I can get that to and there we go. Looks like we got Jay McLovin as your host. That's me. We got our ESPN radio analyst along with the Chiefs, Mr. Darren Smith. Say what's up to the people, Mr. Darren, if you would, please. I'm not sure if Darren can quite hear us just yet. We also have Chris Gonzo Gonzalez. We have Deontay Kelly, Logan Landers, Freddie. I believe will be here shortly as well. And so this is the pre-draft show. Let me see if I pull up my screen here. Can everybody hear me okay?
Hear you loud and clear, brother.
Got you.
Here we roll. We're going to halfway through. Mr. Smith, if you can hear us, just let us know. You can tell us in the group chat or what have you. Pull up my screen here.
Jay, the hardest working producer in sports.
Hey, listen, man. You are, but sometimes they don't always connect right. But all right, here we go, folks. Again, this is the pre-draft. A lot of things are going on. We're going to start off this first. Hey, first of all, I'm going to let everybody say their quick introductions and their quick hellos. Mr. Smith, if you can hear us, go ahead and say something to the people. All right. I think he's still having some audio difficulties. Hey, Big Coach Phil, say what's up to the people.
What's going on, ASAP family? What's going on, Unscripted, man? It's a pleasure to be with you gentlemen today. Let's get into it. Y'all can see who I'm repping right now, baby. Who that? Make some moves this draft.
Who that? And also, hey, we also have with us Logan Landers, my fellow trusted cohort who never lets me down. Say what's up to the people, my brother.
What's up, everyone? We've been waiting for this day for a long time, doing a lot of draft analyzing. Can't wait to see who's going to go in the top 5, top 10. It's going to be a fun night. Can't wait to get it started, man.
And as well as we go down below, Deontay Kelly, say what's up to the people, my brother. Oh, I've skipped Gonzo. Gonzo, I'm coming back to you.
We'll get to you, Gonzo.
Sorry about that.
How you going, you guys? You already know Bolt Nation. Go Chargers. I'm just trying to see what we're going to do. See if we're going to get a defensive tackle or offensive tackle.
And Freddie, I don't see you in the thing. Are you able to hear me okay? I tried bringing Freddie in, but I don't think it's letting me bring Freddie in. Let me try this again here.
Oh, wait. Here we go.
Here it comes.
Is he coming in now?
There he is.
Freddie, say what's up to the people.
Oh, what's going on? What's going on, everybody? As you guys know, the Rams we don't even have a first-round draft pick. That's what we do. We win championships. That's what we do.
And hey, for those of you who don't know, Freddie is a hard-working CEO of the ASAP Sports Network, and nobody does it better. Ray Cruz, also one of our administrative guys from ASAP. Say what's up to the people, Big Ray.
He's just vibing right now, guys.
Hey, Ray said I'm on silent mode, but it's all good.
How about, yeah. Check your mic,
muted.
brother.
Man, that's kind of Wi-Fi.
Go Jags, man. You know,
There we
is
go.
going to be Hutchinson the number one pick, or will it be Trevor Wilson out of Georgia the number one pick? That's going to be the good question coming up for the Jags here on the number one pick.
Yes, sir.
Man, we're going to try Mr. Darren Smith one last time. Well, I think he's cycling right now, so we'll come back to him. Hey, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to break this bad boy out, man. So let's just go ahead and get into it. Obviously, as you know, we lost Dwayne Haskins this year, unfortunately. A young life that's just, just gone way too soon. If you know the story, you know that he ran out of gas and while he was training with his wide receivers and other quarterbacks down there trying to get himself ready for the season. And coming up the street, obviously, he was tragically taken by a truck, an accident, and we lost him, unfortunately. And it's been heartfelt throughout the league. And if you know anything about Pittsburgh, they haven't filled his position. I don't think they're going to do so out of respect for him. Great standout guy coming out of Ohio with a bright future ahead of him, and just another life that's just gone way too soon. We're going to start at the top and work our way down and let you guys give your sentiments about him. Starting at the top, we will start with Big Freddie. What do you think about Mr. Haskins and all that he has been through in his young life?
And it's just very unfortunate. It's a young life. I don't believe he's the age of 25 yet. And he haven't, just take football out of the equation. There's anybody that loses their life in the way that he lost his life. Nobody ever wished that on anybody. Much prayers for him and his family, his fiance, his wife. Had a little kid, as well. Just prayers for them, their family. He had a bright future ahead of himself, even though he had some things pop up. But hell, we all human. We all make mistakes. But just prayers from his family.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with you, my brother. Ray, how you feel about Mr. Haskins and his past, and obviously as sad as it's been for all of us?
Ray, unmute your mic, brother.
Yeah, to me, it's a short life lived, and I mean, he had a lot of potential. Some say his NFL career is not turning out the way it did at Ohio State when he first came on the scene. But I mean, getting hit by a car in Miami and losing his life that way is kind of hard, and leaving his girlfriend and a kid behind. That's sad, man. Me as a father, it'd be sad if I lost my life and left my wife with kids and all the bills and stuff like that too. So, I mean, but his life is going to live on. His legacy is going to live on at Ohio State. Not too much in the NFL. So I don't know how Pittsburgh is going to go unless they're going to make Mitch Trubisky their starting quarterback.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with you. And DJ Snick, welcome to the show, brother. DJ, can you hear us okay?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'll be right back.
That's all good. So how you feeling, number one? And number two, we're talking about remembering Dwayne Haskins and his young life.
I think DJ Snake said he'll be back.
Yeah, he'll be right back.
Okay, no worries. We'll move on to Phil Tross, big coach.
Hey, what's going on, fellas? Like Freddie said, right, first and foremost, condolences to his family, man. It's tragic. Life lost way too soon. And he had a promising career ahead of him, and back in high school, he was a consensus 4-star quarterback, the 5th pro-style quarterback and 3rd overall in Maryland. He went to Ohio State, obviously. His career was impressive. He threw for over 5,000 yards, over 50 TDs. So, I mean, he had all the makings of a prototypical, high-round draft pick, which he was. I think he went 15 overall. But it's just tragic how his life was lost too soon. It's one of those what-if stories, What if he was still here? What if he led the Steelers, So it's tragic, man. It's really tragic.
Yeah, definitely. I agree, man. It's definitely a life that's just gone way too soon, man. Unfortunately, and I feel so terrible for his family, that what they're having to go through as well. Logan Landers, your thoughts on Mr. Haskins?
Yeah, man, it's still very surreal. I mean, me and him were the same age. He was 24. I'm 24 right now. His 25th birthday was going to be this upcoming Tuesday on May 3rd. And like we said, man, condolences to the wife, his kids, and it's just a shame that this happened because, I mean, he would have had a very bright future in Pittsburgh. Like I said, probably would have been the starting quarterback. It's just a shame, and we're going to miss him for sure. One of the greatest quarterbacks from the Ohio State. Gone too soon.
Gonzo?
Yeah, it's just a shame that the life took this early. A football player, not a football player, like Freddie said. But I mean, Haskins had all kinds of potential. I just think he never got in the NFL, never got into the right offensive coordinator,
right,
that had a system that fit him. And just a shame that we're not going to get to see him get that opportunity. But he'll always be remembered for the stuff he done at Ohio State.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Dante?
Yes, Dwayne Haskins. I remember him playing in Ohio State. I remember him beating Michigan. It was real hard. You got to realize I'm 23. He's 24. It really hit me. But it's tragic how it happened because I believe he had many more football to come, and someday he was going to start again.
Yeah, absolutely. Jonathan?
Hey, what's up, fellas? Yeah, it was, when I heard the news, it was a terrible tragedy. It's a real shame that he's no longer with us because, he could have amounted to something. And had he got with the right offensive coordinator, like it was mentioned moments ago on here, he could have turned around his career. And I was hoping for that. But it's just heartbreaking, and it's sad. It's sad to hear that he's gone.
Yeah, I totally agree. Darren Smith, are you with us now, my brother?
What's going on, fellas? Can you all hear me okay?
Yes, we have you good, man. We were just talking. First of all, thank you for coming on the show. And obviously, say what's up to the peoples. And if you don't mind, our first topic we were talking about was the life of Dwayne Haskins.
Yeah, well, again, first of all, thank you all for having me. I'm here live in Las Vegas in the media workroom at the NFL draft. Of course, next year it'll be in my hometown of Kansas City, Missouri. So definitely looking forward to that. But no, I caught a little bit of what you all talked about with Dwayne Haskins. Obviously, short-lived life, 24 years old, gone too soon. I was talking about it a little bit earlier today. The simple fact that people want to hate on the man, but they forget that as a redshirt sophomore, he led Ohio State to a Rose Bowl victory, something that they hadn't had in some time. So, look, man, I mean, he's he didn't obviously have the greatest NFL career, and of course, his time in Washington had more downs than ups. But overall, a life cut short by a tragic accident. Hopefully, above all things, we can get some type of closure for the family. I know he had 3 funerals or whatever, and they didn't attend one of them because of his relationship with his wife. So hopefully that part will get rectified soon. But he'll be gone but not forgotten.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with you. Like I said, and I think everybody said the same thing. It's just a shame that like you said, you got your whole life ahead of you, and just like one of the commenters had said, football's not everything. And it's not. Unfortunately, there's a lot of life that his family is going to be without as well. And we feel bad for him and his family, and we wish them all the best, and hopefully they can recover from this. Moving on to the next one, folks, we're going to talk about why isn't Kayvon Thibodeau receiving more first pick hype? And, I was looking at this kind of sort of, if you look at the numbers, it's not too different. Hutchinson did a 4.74 in the 40. Walker did a 4.51, and Walker did a 4.51, and Tibbs did a 4.58. They're all roughly about the same height, 6'5", 6'7", between 258, 272. So their sizes are pretty much the same. I think Thibodeau just isn't getting as much because of the games that he missed. And I think that Hutchinson kind of got the momentum and the more popularity vote in that. Because if you look at his numbers, 35 solo tackles, 7 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and 14 assists is not much different than what Hutchinson had at 36, 14, and 2, and he had a full season. You can bring in Walker if you want to, but Walker only had 19 solo and 6 sacks. So I think that, I think Thibodeau has the numbers, he has the hands, he has the speed. He has a very chess-like strategic mind. And I think that I personally think that if he had not been injured, I think the popularity would have and the numbers would have backed it up that he probably would have gone number one if he doesn't go number one. I just think Jacksonville is going to go with the popular route and give it to Aiden Hutchinson. But again, that's just my take on it. Ray Cruz, what do you think, brother? Ray, you're muted.
Well, Thibodeau, he's a little bit undersized. I mean, he's got the quickness, explosive to come off the ball. He played the Oregon, but if you watch some of the Oregon's game, the bigger offensive line like Utah had his way with him. He couldn't get into the backfield to sack the quarterback. That's why Utah has beaten Oregon twice on there, and he just couldn't get no pressure. Now, for the Jaguars, I'm going to go a different route. I don't think Hutchinson's going to come. I think it's going to be Trevor Wilson out of Georgia. They're looking at a linebacker that can make changes. Miles Jackson is gone, so they need to fill some holes in there and get some speed. So Trevor Wilson is going to probably be the number one pick out of Georgia because Jaguars really like him a lot.
Absolutely. Big Phil.
So, look, right, what's happening with Kayvon Thibodeau is not unlike what happens every year with certain prospects who get that first pick, first overall hype, and then eventually slide down the draft boards, right? So while it's kind of weird, it's unsurprising to me. But what gets me is that Kayvon Thibodeau, right, again, he was a consistent 5-star player, the number 2 overall player in his draft class, 2019 high school class, right? He had a phenomenal freshman year where he had about almost 11 sacks. So I mean, I think what it is, like you said earlier, Jay, he missed a few games over his last 2 seasons. So you kind of got that recency bias, right? That what have you done for me lately bias, where you got Aiden Hutchinson, who's been a little more durable, who's put up consistent production. While he might not wow you with any one play, he's consistent in what he does. So I personally feel like Kayvon Thibodeau is the ultimate, maybe high risk, high reward player. But if you're trying to go, it's a passing league, so you need to get after the QB. I would probably go Kayvon, but it's weird, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, I don't think you go wrong with either one of them. I feel like Thibodeau just kind of, some of his popularity just kind of went down along with those injuries. But Logan, your thoughts, brother?
Yeah, I think we're all in agreement here. Just the nagging injuries. I wouldn't call him injury prone by any means necessary. I've seen people saying that he doesn't have a high motor and that he doesn't show as much emotion. I didn't see that at all in any of the film I've seen of him. He is an explosive player, maybe the most explosive player in this draft. He's going to get paid a ton of money tonight. I got him going to my top 5. And this dude, if it wasn't for Aiden Hutchinson having a tremendous 2021 season and for Michigan having that stout defense, I mean, this guy is definitely one of the top defensive ends in the draft. But like I said, I think we're all just in agreement that Hutchinson was healthier, Michigan went further, and that's why just kind of the recency bias of Thibodeau missed, I believe, 3 games last year. But he was still a monster on the field. So I think just the nagging injuries is what's hurt his draft stock ever so slightly. But I still expect him to be a beast in this league.
Gonzo.
Yeah, I expect Thibodeau probably going around the top 7. I think the nagging injuries, like Logan just said, has really hurt him going into the draft. People, like you guys said, it's recent bias. Either just looking at what happened at the end of the year, missing the last few games. I think he's going to be great in the NFL. His ceiling's real high. Like Ray said, he has a little bit of problem with shedding blockers sometimes. Other than that, you really can't find too many negatives about him. So I think he'll be a top 7 pick tonight. Like Logan said, he's going to make some money.
Oh, absolutely. Well, Jonathan.
Yeah, this guy is definitely a top 10 pick. I watched a lot of him at Oregon. Yes, he did deal with injuries, but you know what? Injuries is a huge part of the game. He's definitely going in the top 10. He's definitely going to, make an immediate impact on wherever he goes tonight. I like him. I think he has a great motor. He's a great edge rusher. He's definitely going to make a defense that much better. So I think whoever gets him is going to get a great player that brings value to that organization.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you as well. And then at the bottom, is Deontay still? Yeah, Deontay.
Yes, I really think so. But Kayvon Thibodeau, the reason I say that, I think is like the same impact as Derek Stingley. Why is he not so touted as? Some people believe he's the number 1 corner in the draft, and some people think Sauce Gardner is because of injury and because of the lack. Because when they jumped up, because before the draft and before the beginning of the season, Kayvon Thibodeau was unanimously the first pick in the draft, and everybody knew that. But sometimes when your production goes high, when you have a high production, then the injuries come, your low production comes, people think you still don't have it. So they probably thinking the explosiveness is still not there anymore. He doesn't have the same instincts. He's not jumping out. Because personally, I think he's still going to be a top 2 pick. I understand people talk about Waller from Georgia, but honestly, he did not pop up on my screen. He doesn't have to pop up. The thing about the combine is people don't realize, like a lot of people don't understand, like the combine, just you can train for that. You can train out for 6 or 7 weeks and you know exactly what you're doing. Sometimes the scouts will look at, is it the same? Do I get the same feeling in the combine that I did when I was watching them? Does it look fast in the combine? Does it look fast in game speed? But I'll honestly think Kayvon Thibodeau is going to be in the top 3 at the less, but I honestly think he's going to be the second pick and going to Detroit.
And I feel like Jacksonville's going to go the popular route. I really do.
Jacksonville's going to go with Aiden Hutchinson. I really think so.
Yeah, they're going to go safe. They're going to go to safe pick with it. But I feel like, because look, Kayvon Thibodeau, his whole career, even up to this year, he's been billed as the next Myles Garrett, the next Jadeveon Clowney. And all of a sudden, now you got these locker room issues, right? You got these, does he have a high motor? Where do these things come from all of a sudden? Is it propaganda from teams that lower down the draft board that want to draft him? That's what I think it is. To me, he's the best D lineman in the class, honestly.
Yeah, I think he's the best.
There certainly wasn't there in the last 2 years.
Yeah, he's got great potential and probably one of the highest IQs in this draft.
Yeah, it's hard to evaluate these players, but I think he's a great addition to anyone's team.
Yeah,
I honestly think he got a good motor and high talent. Like he's more talent.
He does.
As is less, you gotta realize this. Kayvon Thibodeau, he didn't have the best season last year, but it still was compromised as Aiden Hutchinson. So that's why I believe so.
We got some breaking news.
I just think, hey, DJ Snick, I think I gotta bring him in.
Well, what's our breaking news?
We had breaking news.
No, it's me. Can y'all hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
DJ Snick, you there, brother?
You hear me?
Yes, Freddie.
Yes.
No, it's Freddie. Not DJ, it's Freddie.
Okay.
What is it, Freddie?
ESPN just broke the news.
Is Freddie there? If you're there,
Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles just broke the news. The ESPN just broke the news. ESPN just broke the news. The Philadelphia Eagles is trying to move up in the draft. So let's keep an eye out for them. No telling. They might be trying to get Jalen Hurts some more help down there, maybe on the defensive end. They didn't say what position, but they're trying to move up. So keep an eye out.
All right. Thank you, sir.
I can see that. I can see them.
Philly's got some draft picks to play with.
Yeah, they got 2. Then they got 2 next year. They got 2
2
next year and 2 this year. So they got a lot.
Yeah, they got picks 13 and 15 this year. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do with 2 picks or one of those 2 picks to see if they move up. That should be really interesting. But I think if they're going to move up, they're going to have to get rid of 2 picks for that one. I don't know if I'm sitting at the top pick if I'm going to go down just for one first rounder. What do y'all think?
Well, who are they drafting? Like, who are they moving up for? Because they're already in position to still get another wide receiver to pair with Devontae Smith.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I don't know why they would move up. I mean, what really position do they need? I mean, really, truly, unless you're going to go offensive line or defensive lineman, because that's really at the top of the draft for the most part, outside of linebacker, maybe a few linebackers and corners.
They need a little bit of help there. So who knows? They might be seeing something we might not.
Maybe they fell in love with one of the receivers, and they believe the receiver's going to get picked up early due to them talking to some of the teams and general managers. Maybe they fell in love with Jameson Williams, and Jameson Williams might be off the board fast. Or Drake London. There's many people, Christian Olave. There's many people that they probably are that's in front of them. They don't believe is going to get. They're going to get that wide receiver that they want.
That's a good point, Deontay, because honestly, you could potentially see 3 receivers taken in top 15 picks, depending on if any trade or anything happens. That's a really good point.
Yeah, because nowadays, because since it's the fastest receiving, basically fastest receiving group coming out of the draft since ever. So now, due to the Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle effect, most teams want a speedy 4.2, 4.3 receiver. So they're gonna come off the board. I can see myself. I'm like 7. I can see 7 wide receivers coming off the draft board this year, at least 7.
All right, we're gonna move on to the next topic. Then, speaking of which, since we're already talking about picks, we're gonna go to the top 10 picks. Of course, each analyst will give his 10, and they'll give you at least two out of that 10 picks broken down. So for me, like I said, the popular pick is going to be Houston. I mean, Hutchinson going to the Jags, in my opinion. I think Lions, they're going to pick up Thibodeau. And Houston, I think they have so many needs. I think they're going best available, and that's going to be Evan Neal. Even though I think Evan Neal probably could go number one as well, because obviously the Jags need help there as well for Trevor Lawrence. Iquanu, I think, goes to the Jets. Travion Walker, I think, goes to at number 5. I think that is the Giants. And the Panthers, this is where I'm going to explain a little bit. I'm on my picks. I think the Panthers, even though I don't agree with this pick, Bob McAdoo has come out and said basically and told Darnell Walker that he is going to draft a quarterback, and he's known for swinging for the fences. That's basically his mantra. And so I have Malik Willis going to the Panthers at number 6 for those reasons. I just think McAdoo wants them, and I think he's going to take them there. Giants, I think they're going to go back at number 7 with Ahmad Garner, that corner, to pair up alongside with Walker, their defensive end, which is going to really drastically improve their defense quick and in a hurry. And then I got Kyle Hamilton, the safety, going to Atlanta, even though Atlanta has had, I've heard rumors of a quarterback, but I still think they kind of go with best available. And I think Kyle Hamilton goes there. Seahawks go for Jermaine Johnson. And I really think Drake London goes to Washington because they're going to need to pair up the best available wide receiver along with McLaurin to give Wentz those weapons that he desperately needs. He has a running back, but he really needs another wideout to pair up with McLaurin if Washington's going to make any kind of moves this year. And that's my top 10.
Okay, that's a good
Next
one.
up, which I believe is Coach Ray. Oh, no, Coach Phil, next up.
So before I get to my picks, I'm going to preface it by saying that if I was a GM, I personally wouldn't draft a single quarterback in this first round.
I wouldn't either.
I'm not a GM, so I digress.
I agree.
Hey,
I agree.
First pick, the Jags keep it safe. They go Aiden Hutchinson. Second pick, Detroit has a little bit of recency bias, and they get on the hype train, and they pick Trayvon Walker. He goes second. Third, the Texans get Evan Neal to shore up that offensive line. I got my man. As you can tell, I'm a Louisiana guy. Derek Stingley going to the Jets. I initially had Sauce Gardner going there, but I'm a Derek Stingley fan, man. His freshman year, he was a consistent All-American on a championship caliber team that won a championship and shut down his entire side, man. I think people who had some recency bias with him being injured the last 2 years. LSU hasn't had a strong team the last 2 years, but half of that's coaching and half has been injury. So look for Derek Stingley to significantly outplay his position when he gets drafted. The Giants go safe as well. Iquanu, I believe, offensive tackle. From Panthers, like Jay. The Panthers where I have my first surprise. I'm going Desmond Ridder to the Panthers. Like Jay said, they need a quarterback, but they're ready to win now. So while Malik Willis is the more, I guess, the saucy pick, right? He has some development issues to me still. So I go Desmond Ridder, the most ready quarterback in this draft class. To the Giants, I got Sauce Gardner. They need help everywhere, but I'm going cornerback for them. They got Sauce Gardner. I got the Falcons getting the first receiver off the board with Garrett Wilson, and you could either go anywhere. Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, Drake London. I got my next pick is Kayvon Thibodeau. He fell a lot because of locker room issues, and then I got Drake London to round it out.
Nice. Logan.
All right, yeah, number 1, Aiden Hutchinson. No surprise there. Seems like the consensus number 1, unless someone else has a differing opinion. We'll see. Number 2, Detroit Lions. They need a lot of holes to fill. We could see a quarterback taken there, but I don't know. I mean, do you trust Jared Goff for another season? We'll see. I got them going. I got them going with Trayvon Walker, get some linebacking help. 3 with the Houston Texans, also another place where a quarterback could be taken. Once again, it's Davis Mills, not the most sexiest quarterback in the world, but I will go with them going with Iquanu, the young man out of North Carolina State. New York Jets at number 4, I got them going with Kayvon Thibodeau. They need some defense. They need some help getting some pressure on the quarterback. I would give that young man there out of Oregon. Number 5, the New York Giants. I mean, we learned that Daniel Jones is not getting his 5th-year option picked up just today, so that could be something to look out for, but I will go with them getting some offensive line help with Evan Neal from Bama. For 6, at the Carolina Panthers, another team that could go with a quarterback, and I think this is where we will see one. Agreeing with Jay, I will go with Malik Willis as well. I believe he's the most pro ready in terms of arm strength in this draft, as opposed to Matt Corral and Kenny Pickett. So I got them with going number 6. I don't trust Sam Darnold. I don't trust Cam Newton, whoever is on their quarterback roster. I don't like it. Number 7, once again, the Giants. They could go a bunch of routes here. Like I said, I had them going with, I'll go Sauce Gardner for 7 with the Giants. I'll switch things up here. I like some Sauce. Like I said, could go Stingley, but I like Sauce. 8 with the Falcons. I do like the wide receiver picks y'all been giving, but I think the Falcons need a little bit more help on the defensive line. They were the worst team last year in terms of getting pressure on the quarterback. I'll go with them getting Jermaine Johnson from Florida State. Number 8, the Seattle Seahawks. They once again need some help. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they go with a quarterback perhaps. But like I said, they could maybe go with Derek Stingley, try and rebuild that Legion of Boom 2.0 perhaps. And then we get the New York Jets once again. They need a dynamic receiver. I'll go Drake London, the talented guy from USC, to round up my top 10.
Gonzo.
I got Hutchinson 1. Iguaco. I can't pronounce that. Iguanu. 2. I got Sauce Gardner going 3. Walker 4. Neal 5. Then Cross. Stingley Jr. at 7. Thibodeau at 8. London at 9. And Wilson at 10.
Interesting. Okay, Jonathan Mathis, what you got?
Guys, this is a great defensive class. So I think, defense is definitely key in the top round. I got Trayvon Walker going first. I think he'll shore up that defense for them in Jacksonville. So I got him going first. Then I got Aiden Hutchinson staying home. I got him going to the Lions with the 2nd overall pick. And then at 3rd, we all know that the Texans can use some offensive linemen. I'm going with Iquan. I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Iquanu. Let's go.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. And for number 4, I got Amon Gardner, the cornerback from Cincinnati. I think he'll make a difference in that secondary. The Jets, they definitely need to build up their defense. We all know Robert Saleh had an excellent defense when he was with the 49ers. Had one of the top-ranked defenses. I think that's one of his top priorities is, getting better on the defensive side of the ball. So I definitely will look into the secondary there and go with Gardner. Number 5, I got Charles Cross, another offensive tackle from Mississippi State. I think he will make a huge difference for the Giants. The Giants, we all know that was their Achilles heel last season. That offensive line was terrible, couldn't hold the quarterback if their life depended on it. So they definitely need help up front there. And then number 6, I got Evan Neal from Alabama, another great offensive tackle going to the Carolina Panthers. Number 7, since the Giants have another pick, they can address their defensive needs and get an edge rusher, and that will be Kevon Thibodeau. I think he's a perfect fit for New York. I think that's where he will land. And at number 8, I got Garrett Wilson. That's my first receiver coming off the board. I think Atlanta, we all know how they like those offensive weapons over there, especially with Arthur Smith being the head coach. He loves the offensive weapons. Last year, they got a tight end, so I can see them going the wide receiver route. And then number 9, I got Jermaine Johnson, a great edge rusher from Florida State. Again, the Seahawks, they need to their top priority is defense. I think they go that route as well. And then number 10, I got the Jets picking Jameson Williams, another great wide out from Alabama.
Awesome. All right, before Deontay wraps this up, I know Freddie kind of snuck in at the top there. Freddie, who you got for your top 10, buddy? All right, Freddie's taking a sabbatical. Deontay, give me your 10.
Okay, excuse me with the blank screen. My stuff is written down because I wrote it down. So number 1, I think everybody got it. A lot of people got it. Most people got it. Aiden Hutchinson, due to what he did last year for Michigan, being a Heisman finalist and having a stellar year, I think he's going to go number 1. Number 2, I believe, is Kevon Thibodeau. I believe he's the best all-around defensive player in this draft. I think he's the better athlete than Hutchinson. Hutchinson might be more technically sound, but I think Thibodeau is more athletic. 3, I'm gonna go with Sauce Gardner as being the first cornerback taken. The only reason I say he's gonna be the first cornerback due to the fact of Derek Stingley's injuries and him being injured before. And Sauce Gardner, he had one of the best seasons last year, and then no touchdowns getting thrown his way. That's remarkable. 4, I'm gonna go with Jermaine Johnson out of Florida State. For the New York Jets, I believe he's going to be a good pick. The Jets, they need to fill a lot of things on their team, and I think starting off the defense, and I tell this thing, but I'll take an edge rusher, a dominant edge rusher, as my first pick in the defense any type of way, any given day, and any given Sunday. 5, I got Derek Stingley Jr. to the Giants. I think he's going to go to the Giants. I think it's going to be a good deal, a good little deal. I think he's going to be solid. I think he's going to be terrific. I think Derek Stingley Jr. out of all of them in the top 5, mark my words, I think Derek Stingley Jr. is going to have the highest ceiling, and he's going to have a better career out of all of them.
Hey, say it again, Deontay. Say that again.
I think Derek Stingley and anybody in the top 5 and the top 10, I think he's going to have the best career, because you got to realize when he was a freshman, he was a shut down corner. He's really a problem. I love Derek Stingley Jr., and a lot of people have been waiting for him, but just due to injuries, I think if he was healthy, he would be the first pick in his draft.
Thank you.
I just don't see cornerbacks being. They don't typically
he's
go.
He's a game changer, Jay. Like watching.
No, I get it. I get it. Yeah, I get it.
And then, so 6 for Carolina Panthers. I'm gonna go on a limb. I'm saying they're gonna pick a quarterback. I personally want to pick a quarterback, but it's very much a need pick instead of a best available. And I think they're gonna go with Malik Willis. I think Malik Willis is the best quarterback at the highest potential. It's either between him or Kenny Pritchett. I'm not sure, but if I had to pick, I'll do Malik Willis due to the arm talent, due to the motor, and look like the sky's the limit with him. 7, I'm going to go with the Giants. I'm going to go with Evan Neal. Evan Neal out of Alabama. I believe he's the best lineman in this draft, and I'm going to go with that. 8, for the Falcons, I think they're going to go position due to Calvin Ridley, and I think they're going to go with Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson will be the first wide receiver taken with the Atlanta Falcons. 9, I think the Seahawks are going to go with Ike and got. We all know how to pronounce the name from NC State. Iguano. And then 10 for the New York Jets, I'm going to say they're going with Drake London. The only reason because Jameson Wood was injured.
Got that torn ACL in the championship game. Just saying.
That's interesting. And I tell you, man, I agree. No quarterback should go in the first round, man. This just is not that type of draft class that you take a quarterback in the first round. Second round, I get it, but first round, not with next year's crop coming up. Next year's crop is going to be amazing compared to this crop. And I think you know what I'm saying?
Think about this too. This is somebody to think about just now. Evan Neal, the offensive tackle from Bama, he was once considered the number 1 overall pick predicted in this draft. And if you think about it, Alabama's draft prospects, specifically offensive linemen, have been boom or bust. Some have done okay. A lot more have done very bad in the NFL. So it's something to keep a lookout for.
Yeah, absolutely. No doubt about it.
No, what I believe you should look out for is between the Carolina Panthers and Pittsburgh Steelers. Because I believe if the Carolina Panthers do not pick a quarterback in this draft, I believe the Pittsburgh Steelers are. And the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to go with either Malik Willis or they're going to go with Kenny Pritchett. I believe if they get Malik Willis, what I personally would do, I'll sit him out for a year or 2, play Mr. Trubisky, or I'll go get Baker Mayfield, give him a 2-year deal. I know Cleveland's gonna have to release him because nobody's trading for him. I'll have Malik Willis behind the bench due to Aaron Rodgers or Patrick Mahomes effect, and let him learn the game from the sidelines instead of him playing.
Yeah, since we're talking about quarterbacks, that actually kind of ties in. Which team is drafting a quarterback first? I kind of think, like I said, Carolina, I think is gonna make that bogus move. But I've also heard rumors, like you said, that they don't believe in Trubisky and that they could take, Pittsburgh takes a quarterback as well. So it's gonna be interesting. I think Carolina does take it first, even though I don't think a quarterback should go in the first round.
I think it's gonna be out of those two. Carolina, I think it's those two that's going to get the quarterback because those are the real teams that's in need of a heavy quarterback. Pittsburgh, if they want to, they have the right quarterback. They could be in a win-now situation where they'll have a chance to win their division. So, and plus, Pittsburgh's probably thinking in the future, you got a good development staff, you got a good roster, you got a good organization in Pittsburgh. So they believe they can either use Kenny Pritchett or Malik Willis. And honestly, I believe they can be good quarterbacks. I just don't believe any of them are ready to play right now. So
all right, listen, we got about 21 minutes left in this, so let's get through this bad boy. Listen, hey, I appreciate what you said, Deontay, and I totally agree with what you're saying. Jonathan Mathis, we're going to work our way up the board here. Who do you think drafts first at quarterback?
Well, I don't really I'm with you. I don't really think a quarterback should go in the first round, but I think the Steelers, man, look, they're in desperate need of a quarterback. They lost Ben Roethlisberger. He retired. And they're going to go, I guess they're going to go with the household name here. They're going to go with the guy that played for Pitt, and I think that will be Kenny Pickett. I think he'll be the first quarterback to come off the board. I think, he just fits what Pittsburgh wants in a quarterback. Despite his small hands, we all talked about how he has small hands, right? But, the kid can develop over time. He could still probably come in and compete for the starting job with Mitchell Trubisky. It won't be easy, but I think this is a chance that he will be able to compete for the starting job, and that's my take. I think they will go with Kenny Pickett. When it's
there you go. That's a good pick. That's a good solid pick of that. I mean, if they're going to go quarterback, especially if Malik Willis is on the board, I think they go Malik Willis. But I get to Kenny Pickett too. I understand what you're saying as well. Gonzo, what do you think, brother?
I think first quarterback draft is going to be Malik Willis to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Interesting. Logan.
I think I said Malik Willis. I think the Panthers is probably going to be the best choice, but also could be the Lions. Like I said, do you trust Jared Goff? And then also the Texans. Do you trust Davis Mills? I mean, we'll see, but I'm leaning towards the Panthers at the moment just because Sam Darnold was a train wreck last year.
Absolutely. And then you got Coach. What do you think, Coach?
Hey, I'm gonna keep it safe, man. Because I can't account for any trade, so I'm not gonna count that into my factor, or factor that into my account. I'm going Panthers drafting the first QB, and they're either gonna go for. To me, the Panthers are either going to draft Desmond Ridder or Malik Willis. Malik Willis for potential, Desmond Ridder because he can win now.
All right, and then we got Big Ray. Big Ray, what do you think, man? Who's after quarterback first?
If it's going to be the Carolina Panthers, they don't go to offensive tackle in the first round in their pick. I think they're going to go with Sam Howell because there's been a lot of talk about Sam Howell in Carolina. And he's a North Carolina native boy too, so he could fill some seats in the stadium too. But I think it could be a safe pick to get Sam Howell there at that pick. And then Pittsburgh will go later on and get Kenny Pickett, the hometown Pittsburgh boy. So
no Malik Willis?
I'm gonna tell you what. I watched Malik Willis play about 4 or 5 times. I've seen him in person 3 times. He impressed me in college, but does his game translate into the NFL? Will he be that quarterback in the NFL? That's the thing I'm questioning right now. Is his arm strength really that good to be into the NFL? Because if you look at teams that are looking at quarterbacks, you got to be able to throw the ball across the field, and you got to have that strong arm to do that too.
Yeah, but you know
what? It's crazy, guys, because the quarterbacks that we usually talk about, the trendy ones, the ones that get all the hype and that everyone is building up to be great, are usually the ones that turn out to be the bust. And then it will be Malik Willis, who's the better quarterback by the time it's all said and done. That's what's crazy.
I agree. Freddie, who do you think goes first, man? Freddie. Okay, Freddie's still on sabbatical. All right. Hey, we're going to go to the next topic because we got a couple more. We got about 17 minutes left before the draft actually starts. Is Deebo Samuel really upset about his usage, or is it a ploy for more money? And I think he's kind of, in my opinion, he's already kind of come out and said that he doesn't want to be a gadget kind of guy anymore. He wants a more traditional wide receiver role. And I think if he goes to the Chiefs or if he goes to the Jets, I think he's going to wind up in a gadget role. I don't know if they're going to play him at the traditional. But for me, I don't think it's really about the money for Deebo because I think San Francisco will give him the money. I think it's just more about his usage and the way he's being used. What do you think, Frost?
So it doesn't make sense to me, right? Which offensive player ever complained about getting the ball too much, right? And on top of that, he had over 1,400 yards receiving. How is that a gadget player to me? Right, he only rushed for over 300 yards, which was still great for a wide receiver. But I don't know it has to be a ploy for more money because he's getting the ball like most skilled players want. he's scoring like most skilled players want to do. And he's going to Pro Bowls and making all pros like most skilled players want to do. So it's either one, he doesn't trust that Trey Lance can help them win more games next year, or two, he wants more money, because to me, he's living every wide receiver or skilled player's dream right now.
Right. I don't know if it's so much Trey Lance, because they haven't even gotten rid of Jimmy G. So that tells me that they're not going to play Trey Lance next year. I think Jimmy G gets a start, be honest with you. But we'll see what happens with that. Good point, though. Freddie, how you feel about it, man? All right, Freddie's still on sabbatical. Oh, there he is. He's back.
Oh, I definitely agree with Phillip. What wide receiver is going to turn down getting the football? Because we got to remember, at the wide receiver position, we see this in recent history where these guys can be divas by not getting the football. But if you get it, it has to be about the money, especially with the run that him and the San Francisco 49ers just went on this past season. And a lot have to go with how this young man performed. Hey, he wants the bag. He see a Tyreek Hill, where plenty of guys on this network come on here and said that he's not a top 5 receiver, but he got paid the bag. He see that. He see a Devontae Adams, which we all know is number one, the best receiver in football. But he see these guys getting paid. He like, you know what? I want to get paid too.
Logan, you kind of heard what Tross said. You kind of heard what Freddie said. My thing is I don't think he's complaining about getting the ball. He's getting the ball plenty. I think it's the way in which he's getting the ball that he's complaining about. He doesn't want to do the running back. He doesn't want to do the end arounds, even though he has got a lot of receiving there. I think that's just more the way he wants the ball, because we haven't even heard 49ers even coming up yet with an offer to him that he's rejected. So I don't know if it's about the money, because I don't think 49ers have even gotten to that point yet. What do you think, Logan?
I mean, whenever people talk about usage, I just kind of, it goes in through one ear, one about the other. It's all about that bag. It's all about the money. And there's one name that everyone on this call, everyone watching should know, and that is Tory Dandy. Tory Dandy is the agent for Mr. Deebo Samuel. Also, who else is a current wide receiver right now who's wanting a contract? Out in Tennessee, A.J. Brown still wanting a contract. And I was looking it up. A free agent after next year. Probably one of the top receivers in the game out of Seattle. Also represented, DK Metcalf. This guy wants his clients to get their money. That's exactly what he's going for. He sees all the big money with Adams and Hill and everyone, and he wants his clients to get that bag. So I don't blame him. I mean, this is definitely for the money, not for the usage. And like we're all saying, why would you want to go somewhere to be used less as an offensive weapon as good as Deebo is? So it's definitely all about that money.
Yeah, that's a good point. Gonzo.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a ploy for more money. Only way it's not is if something happened behind the scenes with the front office that hasn't came out yet. Other than that, I don't see why he'd want to leave San Francisco. Like you said, he gets the most touches that he's going to get. Goes other places, probably going to get less. So it can't be about the way he's being used. So I think it's either for money or there's something behind the scenes that we don't know about.
Jonathan.
Yeah, it's definitely not the way he's being used. I would think that he likes getting the ball, getting the most touches, getting targeted the most. If I was a player, I would like, my hands on the ball. I would like getting the ball all the time. Look, guys, it's simple as this. He wants to be the highest paid non-quarterback because of his impact and because of his versatility, and he saw Tyreek Hill get the highest paid non-quarterback contract. He wants to be paid more than $30 million per year. This is definitely a ploy for more money. He's definitely unhappy with the way the 49ers have handled the entire situation. He feels that he deserves more money. And, I agree with him. If you're going to have me play multiple positions, you better pay me my work. And he definitely feels he's worked more, and he knows he could probably get it somewhere else, the way the market looks.
Yeah, good points. Deontay! Come on, man. Listen, everybody saying money. I heard Deebo say one thing about money yet.
I honestly think it's both. I think it's money and usage. Because imagine, all right, I'm going to do this for example. I'm give out multiple examples of players that have touched the ball. All right, so you got Christian McCaffrey, 1,000 yard reception, 1,000 receiving and 1,000 yard rushing. He wasn't the same after that. Le'Veon Bell was one of the best receivers on this team and one of the best rushers on this team. Wasn't the same after a few years. You have DeMarco Murray, touched the ball over 300 times, not the same. You got to realize they're using Deebo Samuel as a running back and wide receiver. And what's one thing about running back? Everybody say about running backs, you don't get the second contract. Second contract is not as big because you're useless. He's getting all these touches and keep getting hit and hit and hit. He's not going to be valuable.
I agree with you. That's kind of what I really agree with.
He's not going to be valuable. So I think he wants to change. I think he wants to be used more as a slot, and instead of getting all them running back hits. Because if you see how Deebo runs, Deebo's more herky jerky. He's not evasive. He's not elusive. He can be elusive, but he's more of a power.
He just got really good cutting skills. He can cut like a champ. And I agree with you, Deontay. That's what I'm saying. Everybody wants the money
back. And you think he's not gonna, and you think people's not in his ear, like, look what happened to Le'Veon. They used him as a wide. Look at how they use C-Mac, and they're not getting
Everybody
paid.
knows he wants the money. Everybody wants the money. Of course, money. Of course, Deebo wants the money. But like you said, I think he wants a more traditional wide receiver route just to take the wear and tear off of his body so he can last longer. Yeah.
He gets smoke screens.
All right, listen, folks.
Screens and bubbles.
Hey, look, we got like 9 minutes left. I'm gonna squeeze this last damn topic in. Here we go. Hey, I'm gonna squeeze it in because you know what? It's important. And everybody's been talking about it.
Just making the first trade.
Hey, what team makes the first trade in the draft? And we're gonna start with the bottom because I want Deontay to go first. I'm gonna get mine. I personally think Philadelphia's come out and said they're gonna make a trade. So I'm going, but I'm not gonna go Philadelphia. I still think the Bears are gonna trade up into the first to get a wide receiver to pair up. To give Justin Fields somebody to throw the damn ball to. So I got the Bears trading up. I know Philly's probably going to trade up. But anyway, Deontay, who trades?
I think it's going to be between the Jets or the Chiefs. The reason I say the Chiefs is because they're 2 first-round picks. And I think, honestly, the Chiefs is going to trade one of them first-round picks to get a wide receiver. I really think so. Okay, I really think the Chiefs is really aiming to get Chris Olave. They're aiming to get James Williams. They're aiming to get one of these guys, one of these speed receivers so they can use him. Replace Tyreek Hill because they got Juju Smith-Schuster to use him as possession receiver. You have McCole Hardman. You can use him as a weapon, as a versatile guy. And I think they're going to get to Chris Olave, Jameson Williams to use him to just break outside.
Yeah, I only got 7 minutes, man. I know you want to give a diatribe, but hold on.
Yeah, I'm sorry. My bad.
I know it's all good. You got everybody gets that Jonathan Mathis in them every once in a while. And I love Jonathan Mathis, by the way. Hey, Jonathan, I love you. But I got 7 minutes and I got 4 guys. So let's get some trades going. What we got, Jonathan?
Man, I've been hearing about the Minnesota Vikings possibly trading up to get a cornerback. It could be LSU's Derek Stingley, or it could be Amon Gardner. I anticipate for them to make some noise in this draft and possibly trade up.
Good point. Gonzo, are you still with us? I know he said he had to be right back, so I think he's probably gone. Logan.
I think we'll see the Arizona Cardinals make a move, just help them out a little bit more because, they got a lot of potential. I think they can move up, make some noise in this draft, and we'll see what they can do in 2022, go in 2023.
Big Phil, who's trading, baby? Big Phil, you there?
He
might be on sabbatical. He'd be right back. Yeah, I think he's on sabbatical. Ray, who we got trading, baby?
Nobody has said it, but the Green Bay Packers, because with Adams gone, they need a wide receiver. Why not move up and get that wide receiver before anybody else can take that wide receiver? So Green Bay Packers.
That's true. Hey, you know what, Ray? That's a really good one. It's true, man. Aaron Rodgers, he ain't got nobody really to throw the damn ball to. They got rid of everybody. So I totally agree with that. That's a really good point. Freddie, who's trading?
Hey, I'm piggybacking off what Ray just said, but I'm not going with the Green Bay Packers. I'm going with the Kansas City Chiefs. I believe that, they're trying to go back to the old Kansas City the way they used to be, where they have weapons all over the field. When they have, like they had Hill, they had can't think of the name went out my head, but when they had weapons all over the place, you had Kelsey and those guys. I think they're going to trade up for another receiver, even though they got Juju. They still need another receiver to help.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely agree with you. I don't think it's going to be interesting, man. You know what? Hey, It's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out. Does anybody here think that Debo gets – I don't think it's going to happen, but I'm just curious. Does anybody think that maybe the 49ers use Debo as trade bait to get higher in the draft?
No, I think he's going to get traded in the beginning of minicamp if he gets traded.
Same here.
All right, folks. Hey, listen, we are right at about 5 minutes even, or a little bit less than 5 minutes even before the draft starts. I'm going to do a final thoughts of what y'all think about this draft and what you personally think is going to happen. Ray. Hey.
I think the Jaguars are going to fool everybody because everybody's picking Hutchinson going first. I think they're going to pull the surprise. I think they're going to go after Wilson, the Georgia defensive lineman. So I think they're going to go after him, and I think it's going to be the surprise everybody didn't look at.
Big Phil, I know we kind of missed you a minute ago. The last topic we had was who's going to make a trade in this draft. Who do you think is making a trade?
See, and that's the good thing about this specific draft. Why I may lack in marquee players, specifically at the quarterback position. Multiple teams have multiple first-round picks this year, and multiple. Like for example, the Chiefs have 2 picks in each of the 4 rounds, right? So it's a lot that can happen in this draft, and I kind of hope it does. That's what makes this whole draft season exciting. The trades, who do you just surprises? So if I had to pick somebody for the sake of time, I don't know.
All right, man. Hey, Logan, final thoughts, brother.
I've been looking on Twitter recently. There's been some discussions that Travon Walker might go number 1, so that could be something to look out for. I think we might see a big trade, maybe, like you said, maybe Debo. Kyler Murray just picked up his 5th-year option. We don't know if he's going to stay. There's been some stuff going on there. So I think we might see a pretty big trade. Maybe Baker Mayfield gets a move tonight.
Interesting. Yeah, I kind of wonder about Baker. I really think, man, I think Baker winds up letting it go by the wayside, man. I think he's going to wind up getting released. But I would not be surprised if if Cleveland could pull off a trade for Baker. That's like pulling a Hail Mary. That's going to be interesting.
No doubt.
Hey, Freddie.
I rarely see that one.
Freddie, what trade you got going on in this draft?
Oh, that's horrifying.
I don't want to talk about the trade. I want to talk about what do I think is going to go down in this trade. I believe some way, somehow, they will find a way to mess it up. The Dallas Cowboys will do something they have no business doing. Jay McLevin's feelings will be hurt. He don't want to come on this show anymore. They're going to disappoint him. They're going to break your heart. They're going to do what they always do. Or they're going to draft somebody that's going to give you hope, make you pick out a Super Bowl caliber team. Then next year, when you lose, when it comes to January or before January, you're going to be crying.
Real quick, I wasn't going to do no personal attacks. I was going to keep it straight professional. But I feel like when my team is attacked, I got to say something. And Freddie, it's interesting. You just came out of the NFC East to the Super Bowl champs by miraculousness. And I find it funny how now you're trying to show shots back on the Cowboys from a position of only being there for 5 minutes. I just think that's incredible. Jonathan Mathis, Deontay. Yeah, final thoughts, Deontay.
I just want to see, is any wide receiver going to get traded? Actually, that's the question. Not even Debo. Is A.J. Brown. Another one you guys ain't talked about is Terry McLaurin from
I don't think McLaurin gets traded. I don't think they do that.
I think so. It's Washington. You don't know what Washington's about.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Daniel Snyder, you don't know what that man. Because people sleep on that's a very solid receiver. And he'll be an all-pro or Pro Bowler on many other different teams. I like to see the receiver because this is going to be this is the craziest draft for receiver history because you got
exactly. And I think with the depth at wideout,
and all receivers will like to be traded and paid more. Ever since the receiver, y'all talk about the Devontae Adams. Ever since you've seen Christian Kirk get his deal, every receiver have been like, I need to get paid more because I'm better than Christian Kirk.
I just think with the depth at wideout, if they trade McLaurin for that to me that's just almost like committing offensive suicide. But crazier things have happened. Gonzo, are you with us? Are you still on a sabbatical? I think he's on sabbatical. All right, folks, we are literally 20 seconds away from the draft to actually start. Freddie, Ray, have we figured out how we're going to show this draft?
Yeah, Freddie's gonna show the screen for a minute until I get mine back up.
All right.
Oh, there we go.
Looking good here. Jaguars number 1 yet again.
Okay.
We'll wait for that.
So Jaguars are, I guess they're going to be on the clock here pretty soon.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
They should be on the clock now.
8:03. Yeah.
All right, here we go, fellas. Sorry.
Hey, is anybody here going to be surprised if Aiden Hutchinson does not go number 1? I mean, like, what's the shock value of that?
I'm not gonna.
No, just because the Jaguars.
I think they go with Walker first.
Hey, watch it. Watch about the Jaguars. Comment down. We don't play that way here in Duval County.
Hey, but would anybody here be pissed off if they went Evan Neal?
Not
They
really.
help Trevor Lawrence. They need all you can do in Jacksonville.
We need everything. We need a wide receiver. We need a offensive lineman. We need some defensive linebackers, defensive line. We need a regular everything.
Because y'all got Christian Kirk on that deal, right? That was y'all.
Yeah. We can use him in a slot position, but we lost some Chark, so.
There we go. All right, pull that.
Yeah, that's interesting. I think Evan. I don't think it's going to be really difficult for Jacksonville to screw this up. If Aiden Hutchinson, Evan Neal, Thibodeau, even if they go Walker, I mean, there's too many good picks that are number 1 worthy. I think really for Jacksonville to mess this up.
Well, we got a GM and Trent Baalke. He can mess up a lot of stuff.
There's only one.
But do you think Peterson lets him do it? Let me ask you this, Ray. You're the Jacksonville guy. How much power does Peterson have with Baalke?
Peterson's got a lot of power because he can go right over top of him because Shad Khan's already told him that if he don't like what he sees, he can go to him and he'll veto everything that Baalke does.
Oh, that's interesting. So Shad Khan's going to take more of a role in the team finally. Interesting. But do you really trust Shad Khan considering that he's the one that brought in Urban Meyer? I don't know. I think it's all questionable.
Well, to me, you bring Urban Meyer in, you're dealing with fire, you're dealing with trouble anyway. I ain't like that idea anyway.
You should be fired. That's
and if you didn't travel back with your team and you stayed in Ohio in that Cincinnati game, that's just not respecting your team right there.
Oh, absolutely. No, absolutely. I totally agree with you.
Y'all should have fired him when Urban Meyer didn't know who Aaron Donald was.
If he didn't come back with the team, I would just left him up in Ohio myself, at the bar so he can play with that woman all the time he wants to. So.
Yeah, I definitely think I'm kind of curious to see what Houston does because Houston is another one of those teams that I don't know, man. They're in shambles as much as the Jaguars are in, and drafted at number 3. I don't know. I think if they don't go offensive line or best available, man, I think they have a potential to mess it up at number 3.
I think they're going offensive line. I think they know what their needs are. They definitely need offensive lineman help.
Honestly, I honestly don't know what. But the only team I think that can mess this up for them is the Giants because they're known to mess themselves up.
Right. And let's be honest, given number 5 and number 7 in the draft, and especially as loaded as this top 10 is, and especially with all the needs that they have, could be at least 2 of those really good, could be addressed here and set them up really nice coming out of it. Yeah.
But
there's a lot of potential.
And their safe bet is an offensive lineman.
Oh, we lost it again.
Their safe bet is an offensive lineman.
Right.
Still waiting for that first pick. We should get the chorus of boos of Roger Goodell pretty soon.
Yes.
Oh. Nice to see some fans. Oh, I got to need a haircut. Jesus.
Hey, he looks like a Labradoodle.
That was Jay
Labradoodle.
McLovin back in 75.
Hey, listen, nobody gets an apartment there like my aunt could, let me tell you.
Hey, the pick is in. It looks
All
like.
right.
Are we just
All right, here we go.
No, I think the draft just started.
No, we're just waiting. Yeah, we're still waiting. Right, so they just walked out.
They're going to do their little introduction speeches first.
Oh, they got some Raiders up there. They are in Vegas.
They just up there just to lose the division.
Hey, Derek Carr's looking nice in that white suit, though. He got that big
Hey,
money.
you guys, let's make sure.
That cream.
Hey, you guys, let's make sure we welcome Tyler Butler from the Sports and Culture Media Group to the stream.
up,
He just
sir?
logged in. What's up, my
Is
brother?
he? Oh, there he is.
Good.
Yeah.
Yo, what up, y'all? What's going
How
on?
you doing, Tyler?
What up,
Good,
Tyler?
man.
What's up, Tyler?
Thank y'all for having me on.
Hey,
no
real quick,
Jaguar jokes
before we get to this first pick, Tyler, give me your opinion. Who does the first trade?
Ooh, think Green Bay want to trade up.
Yeah, it looks like
Green Bay,
Philadelphia was
what they're going to give up?
about it.
They got two first-round picks. They're later, but they got 2 first-round picks.
That's basically how I feel about the last 25. Honestly, I'd be thinking that's like basically early second round to me. Still,
Right.
just early second round.
But if you're Philadelphia,
but-
13 and 15, do you try to trade up with one of those? I mean, who do you think would want to trade back to 13 though?
Well, in the
Real quick,
I'm trying to see
I
in
want to
that
throw
draft
this out there before the draft starts.
That's a great question.
Yeah,
Hey,
throw
hold
it
on,
out.
you guys.
Go
I
ahead.
just want to throw this out there. All right. Next year, 2023, go book it. Sign your check, cash it, do whatever you got to do. ASAP, Sports and Culture, we will both be at the draft next year. I don't care where it's at. It can be on a boat. It can be on a plane. We gonna
It's gonna be in
there.
Kansas City.
Book
It's
it.
supposed to be in Kansas City.
Can we get Ice Cube to go out there with us, too?
I'm with you.
But
Yeah,
Tyler,
we
get your
definitely gonna be
ticket
there.
ready. We going to Kansas.
Ice Cube kicking off festivities.
Nice. That's a good one to start off, honestly. Yeah, there's nobody better. Hey, if you're going to start off, have to start off with Ice Cube.
Well, he is a Raiders fan.
That is true.
I'm telling you, the Raiders.
Aiden Hutchinson looking dapper. Got that hair.
Oh, yeah, he's looking real dapper. Like he's
that's that
like
number
he's
one
already
pick.
expected to take that number 1 spot.
That's that number 1 pick here.
I didn't never see nobody get so talked about so fast from one season, like a few games since Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I just think he's a popular pick right now.
I didn't think he was the most dominant defensive player in last year in college. I think Will Thorne from Alabama was better. Well, Will Robinson, I'm sorry, from Alabama, the linebacker.
I like the faux hawk sported by Derek Carr there, Logan.
Mm-hmm. Also a fresh cut. He got that how many
Ice
million
Cube
dollars?
looking dope in that Raiders jersey.
I'm about to say, looking good. Got the custom jersey.
Logan, I better see you sporting a faux hawk, man, come next show.
I don't know about that one.
Oh, that's right,
that ain't
because
the vibe.
Vegas is the host city, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right there, Carr.
That ain't the look for me, brother.
Hey, y'all. Hey,
Yeah,
check
Carr's
this out.
there.
I know the draft is in Vegas, but a Cube, you'll look better in blue and yellow. Put that Rams gear on, brother. You'll look better. I
No, you
promise.
will never see Cube in blue and yellow. You'll never see that.
Cube's been rocking the silver and black.
You got a better chance of seeing Pride sporting the Giants or something.
There go
Or
Doug.
the Patriots, or even Frankie for that matter. I mean, you have a better chance.
I'll become a Chiefs fan if
Yeah.
Ice Cube wear blue and
We
yellow.
got 10 minutes, you guys.
That's
So
Daly's place right there. You're
Are
looking
they
at.
bringing in the draft?
10 minutes.
That's Daly's place. That's the amphitheater
Oh.
that's attached onto TIA Bank.
Bro, that's where Tony Khan's getting all that money at.
Hey, I don't know if this is true, but hey, did they say they're going to take the draft picks out to the platform on a boat?
That'd be dope. I think so.
That's what I heard. I heard they're doing it they're going to take them on a boat and go across the pond to the platform.
You think they take the whole 10 minutes, or you think they go 5? I hope to God they don't take 10, man.
That's
Come on.
never been done before. That's pretty cool. It's awesome.
You know, Jags will probably take it all the time, just keep everybody suspense.
They're probably making sure. Because
Hey,
I forget
you know,
who was it that forgot to turn in their card all those years ago, and they basically forfeited a pick. I think it was the Redskins. I think
They're gonna wait
Yeah,
and turn their pick
Redskins
in with
was
like
one
2
of them.
seconds left.
yeah, where they just.
if you don't get it up there before the time runs out, you forfeit.
I'm about to say, bro, they're charging that boat per hour, so they got to figure something out.
It's the NFL. They probably
Or hope that trolling motor don't
Hey.
break down.
Hey, Tyler, who do you hit
They just signed
the
up.
first pick?
I got him going Walker out of Georgia.
Hey, Tyler, who do you hit?
He said Walker.
He said he's got Walker coming out of Georgia going first pick.
In the past 2 weeks, he's literally rose up in the draft stock.
Yeah, he's gaining a lot of steam.
He wasn't the best.
He had a really good combine.
Yeah.
Well, Shad Khan, to get the whole deal about it, Ballgame wants Hutchinson, Shad Khan wants Trevor Walker.
Man, these two are just constantly bickering.
He boasted his draft stock in a big way at the combine.
But my thing about the combine is there's been people. John Ross broke the record. There's many people that's been good at combine.
They didn't do nothing after
it doesn't
that.
relate to football. You can be fast without the pads.
Ray, I gotta know, since you are a Jags fan, do you trust Balky or no? Because he ain't had the best track record so far.
Negative. I mean, the only thing that he really got was the quarterback, right? But I think he didn't pick that. I think that was picked by Shad Khan himself.
I think so.
So I don't think Balky. I think Balky puts his input in, but I think Shad Khan pulls the trigger.
You gotta realize he's thinking this. You can't be worse than we were last year.
Hey man, I'm trying to get back to 2017 when Miles Jack wasn't down.
You know what I like about Walker too? He's an effective run stopper.
Oh, yeah, he's a beast at Georgia, man. It's just that Georgia has probably, I think, 10 guys from their defense in the draft this year. So it's very easy to get overshadowed.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
But if it wasn't for all those guys going in there, I think that there would be a lot more clarity around him as a top pick.
Absolutely. It's just this draft class for defense is unbelievable.
Oh, dude, it's one of the most
between defense and offensive line, it is. It's
offensive
crazy.
line and receivers. Those are the three.
I'm not gonna lie, because a lot of the quarterbacks are set up right now. So
yeah,
most teams have a quarterback, and it's not
I think
like
we won't
just
see a quarterback to Atlanta.
No, I don't think.
Nah. Atlanta needs everything.
Atlanta. I think Atlanta's literally waiting for C.J. Stroud and Bryce Young.
Yeah, they're waiting until next.
Atlanta prioritized offense a lot though because of who coaches them. That's
that's why they picked up Mariota, because he's a dual threat. I mean, Matt Ryan. Right. Matt Ryan ain't a dual threat.
They're relying on. I think this draft they're going for defense.
They gotta go. I picked them to go with Johnson just because they had, I think, like 16 sacks the whole season as a team. Like, they have zero pressure on the quarterback whatsoever. So they got to fix that. They could go with a corner too to pair with Terrell. That would be nice.
I don't think they should.
I think they got to go with the defensive line. I think
they need an edge rusher.
Oh yeah, I'm with you 100% on that. They got to get some pressure, man.
So you're the Atlanta guy. Oh no, you're the Raider guy. Do we even have any Atlanta guys on here?
I
don't think we do. But I think Atlanta's in a hard spot, man. I mean, I don't believe in Mariota for one. And number two, I don't think there's a guy in the draft that's going to help them. And I don't think Baker, like I said, could be a bridge gap for him at best between now and next year.
That's why they got Mariota. Jay, we can go to a Falcons game for probably $20 this year.
I think Jacksonville.
Hey, I'll go with y'all.
Hey, listen. At my Kroger's, if I buy 4 cans of Campbell's soup, I can go for free.
There we go.
Hey, listen. Hey, I'm serious.
Hey, I'm being for real. I'll go with y'all. I stay in Atlanta.
Okay, the pick is in.
Oh, pick is in. Any final guesses, everyone?
Is in.
Final guesses. I got Hutchinson.
It's gonna be Aiden.
Hutchinson.
Walker.
Aiden Hutchinson.
Who said Walker? We'll put John.
I did.
Tyler has Walker.
I did.
Who else had Walker?
I think
I did.
I think if Hutchinson don't go here, then he's about to get a bag in Detroit, man.
They should give a real nice pan to Aiden Hutchinson if he doesn't go number 1. I want to see that frown upside down.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel bad for anybody going to Detroit.
What's your last thought, Ray?
Sports.
What's up?
So what's Ray's last thoughts before the Jaguars pick?
I'm about to say, Ray, this is your team. This is your future here.
I like them to go get Walker instead of Hutchinson. I mean,
any reason?
We already got some defensive ends that can do the job, but
you just signed Robinson here today.
But here's the thing with Walker, though. He has to improve as a pass rusher. He didn't have that many sacks at Georgia.
That's true.
But if you look at the defense that the Jaguars going to put in, their defensive ends does most of the pass rush anyway.
Hey, guys, I'm almost.
Hey, does anybody think Aiden Hutchinson pulls above Callahan?
You say you're almost 90% sure it's Walker, Tyler?
Yeah, Jaguars, one of the teams we cover, and one of my guys just texted me.
Oh, he's got the inside scoop. I see you.
Oh, damn.
Adam Schefter, who?
Yeah, right.
Bro, look how packed that place. That's crazy. It's crazy that just like 2 years ago, none of this
hey,
was
that's
gonna happen.
Vegas, man. You know Vegas coming out.
Yes, sir. I'm waiting for this pick to
Yeah,
walk
you know
out.
Vegas is coming out.
They're having some trouble on the boat right now. It's stalling out right now.
I ain't gonna lie, I wouldn't do it.
They didn't charge that trolling mode.
Yeah, I'm about to
bro.
say they didn't charge. They're waiting for Derek Carr and Ice Cube to finish
That's
up.
nothing new for Vegas. The atmosphere is always like that.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's sunny and probably
I went
90
to
out there.
Vegas last year.
Yeah, it's a bit windy, but it's nice. The
I
weather.
went to
look
Vegas
good.
last year. That was probably the most.
Hey,
fun
what I tell you?
They said it's official. Walker.
Hold on, we got it coming in official.
There we go.
Hey, Walker already got picked.
He got picked.
We got picked. I'm about to say, show on the screen.
I know, because we're behind.
Oh, all
I
right.
just
Yeah,
yeah, it was Walker.
We're streaming. So
That's true.
so whoever's got a run TV, don't say the pick.
Yeah, I'm about to say we got
Man, the
Trayvon
SEC is
Walker.
producing all
Number
these
one.
defensive players, man.
I think he's even surprised. Look at
But
him.
6'5", 272, run a 4.5. That's crazy.
I'm
So
about to say,
Hutchinson going to Detroit?
He probably didn't
Bro.
expect to go number one. He probably thought
I feel bad for anybody that
Pitt
goes
was
to
gonna
Detroit.
go first.
That's the worst. That's
Did
the worst
Detroit
franchise.
will get any better, man? Because I mean, they got Okuda, who was hurt last year, who they got in 20. They got Sewell last year, who was pretty good, and now if they go Hutchinson, I mean,
I like St. Brown too.
I think he comes in and makes
he was pretty
an
good.
immediate impact on his team.
Well, that's the first Georgia
Hey,
Bulldog.
they didn't do a pan over to Hutchinson to see if he pulls a Bo Callahan.
He just doesn't have the best pass rushing moves, but I think that will get better over time.
I would say Walker's a beast. Don't get me wrong. I mean, like
Yeah,
he's a
beast.
big key to them winning last year.
I can see
He's
y'all.
a
I just
beast,
thought
but he
Detroit would go
was
Hutchinson.
easily overshadowed on some people's lists simply because they felt there were other better defensive players out there.
I think I like Nakobe Dean. I think he's probably. I mean, he won the Butkus Award as a linebacker, and I know he's undersized, but I mean, dude's an absolute monster.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you about Walker.
Hey, Ray, as a resident Jags fan, how do you feel about Walker coming to your team?
Well, if you look at this, I was, talking about it here. Georgia comes and plays Florida here in the TIA Bank Field every year, the biggest cocktail party. And Walker had a tremendous game against the Gators. I mean, every time you blinked the eye, he was making a tackle, he was making an interception, he was doing all kinds of stuff. They couldn't really tell. They were worried about Davis. They were big Davis on the other side, and then Walker just showed up pretty much on the other side. So I mean, your team Davis and Walker had his played against Florida, and I think that's what Shaq Khan loved about him, because Shaq Khan was at the game during the game that
Jordan
night.
Davis is an absolute unit.
Yeah, but if you got to think about Jordan Davis is fatigue factor.
Number 2. I saw the pick was in, but I don't see. We ain't got the stream up at the moment.
I know who
it is.
I'm about to say it better be Aiden Hutchinson. If not, then the
Michigan was
Lions
carried by.
Wow, what if Aiden Hutchinson slipped down? Oh my lord!
Nah, he's gonna go to Detroit.
He's gonna go too. He's got to go.
Yeah, he's gonna
That's
go
a
to
Michigan
Detroit.
native. He went to Michigan.
Oh yeah. I forgot
Going
about
to
that too.
Detroit?
Yeah, he's about to be. His jersey's about to be.
Yeah, that's Detroit royalty there.
I think Detroit would be foolish not to pick him at number 2.
Nah, they ain't gonna let him slide.
I mean, he's a fierce competitor, just like their new head coach over there.
I think Thibodeau's still better.
I like Tibbs, man. I mean, they're that's like 1A and 1B right there. That's not 1 and 2.
And I'm telling y'all, Stingley
both
healthy, Derek Stingley healthy, he's gonna be a force to be reckoned with.
Oh, so I'm looking here on Twitter, and it says there was a scare before the draft. Trevon Walker was in a car accident in Athens before the draft, crashed in 2 parked cars, but he did not have any injuries. So that could have been really bad.
Hutchinson is off the board.
Oh, he got drafted?
Yes, number 2.
All right, it's official. Number 2 is gone.
He had a fantastic breakout season,
Hey, the Lions might be I think the Lions might do a little bit better this year. I don't know about the playoffs, but I think they'll definitely not going to be picking number 2 next year.
So they'll
They
win.
definitely have a passionate coach.
I got them winning 4
fire
games,
up
not
and
3.
Get them ready to compete, but it's
I'm
up to the
sure he's happy to stay at home. You know what I mean? Was he?
I would be.
I'd be happy. I mean,
it's a good pickup.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he was born in Michigan too. So he's happy for that. Rocking the all black tonight.
But who wants to play for the Lions?
he's looking pretty slick in that all black.
I'm about to say we say that though, but like I said, he's born in Michigan.
Who wants to play on the same team that Jared Goff is playing at the?
Hey, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being like feels fantastic, 1's being like damn. How do you think Aiden Hutchinson feels about Detroit?
Damn.
I think a part of him is.
I feel like all these guys feel like that.
I think a part of him is content with the fact that he's staying home. I think another part of him is like, I have to
the
go
worst
to
franchise.
I'm about to say, I think all of them know that though.
That doesn't really have a sense of direction just yet. But hey, I'm on a football team.
The Lions are the worst team in sports.
Hey, do you think Aiden Hutchinson's mind is thinking okay, I'll play out this rookie contract, but after the rookie contract, I'm out of here?
He's got that Zion Williamson mentality.
I don't think nobody has that.
I don't know, man. Maybe he like playing with Detroit. I mean,
like I say, he grew up there. He grew up in Michigan. I think if I was born in like Florida or somewhere and I had to go to Michigan, yeah. But he probably, like I say, he's probably a Lions fan and everything, so he's probably cool with it.
Yeah, nah, he seemed pretty excited.
I mean, he'll definitely change the dynamic for them defensively.
I hope so.
Yeah,
but I like Dan Campbell though. I just think.
I mean, the Lions had a good edge rusher.
They were just unlucky. Lions were just unlucky.
It's been like 10 years since they had a really good one.
They lost some pretty close games.
I'm about to say they were competitive last year. It wasn't like they were getting blown out. Like it wasn't that bad.
Like they were just very unlucky. They're not that terrible.
Yeah, they need some quarterback play.
And now you add a defensive force to your roster, and I mean,
I guess they trust Jared Goff. That's why I thought they could have went with Willis or someone, just because I mean,
Jared Goff ain't that. There's no quarterback who's worth the second pick of the draft.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you. If they had like a later pick, like a 12 or something.
Best player available right now instead of me.
Oh yeah.
I think they're going Evan. I would think Evan Neal probably with Houston. But then again, you're right.
Bro, Houston needs every.
Houston needs every damn position known to man.
I don't think they go cornerback, Tyler.
I think I'd rather hate to go to Houston right now than Detroit, because at least Detroit has an upside at the moment.
I think
Jermaine Johnson.
Jermaine. Yeah, I like that.
You think maybe we get Sauce or we get Stingley?
I don't think I think Sauce will go.
I like Stingley. I got Stingley's. I think I like Stingley. It's just I don't know if the teams are going to go after him because he, that back injury he had. But I like him though. He's a real good corner.
I like Sauce Gardner too, though. He's a solid corner too.
Oh yeah, they're both good.
Houston desperate.
What's that inside his jacket?
I couldn't see it.
What's inside his jacket?
He opened up his jacket like he had something inside of his jacket, but I couldn't tell.
Does. I think they talked about that earlier, but I wasn't paying much attention to it.
I don't know. I see Stingley because you're right. He is that type of corner. I just don't know if Houston's going to take him.
Well, instead of giving up 30, they'll give up only 23.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, pick is in too. It's quick. They're working quick now. So like 6.
Yeah.
So we go with the corner perhaps. I think that's a good pick. Because I mean,
safe pick for them.
I'm about to say I wouldn't go with an offensive lineman just because. For Davis Mills, he ain't done nothing though. That's what I'm saying. They ain't even got a franchise
Lovey's a defensive guy too. So Lovey's a defensive guy. So it would be sensible that he would go defense at that.
I honestly think they're gonna get Jermaine Johnson.
Oh, okay.
They're talking about Iki Igwangu from North Carolina State. That's what some of the mock drafts are going with on the number third pick.
I'm gonna go with Stingley. I like him. He's a nice solid lineman.
Davis Mills might be their quarterback of the future, but they definitely need protection for him.
He's not the quarterback of the future. I pray he's.
His stats weren't that bad. I mean, his stats weren't horrible. I thought he was worse than that.
Hold on a minute. Hey, literally, no, hold on. But Jonathan Mathis said Davis Mills was their quarterback of the future. I literally spit out half of my beer.
I don't know about that one now. He's got to show something to me first.
Well, they're hoping that
I'm gonna give him this whole year, and we'll see.
They need, regardless, they need offensive.
They need everything.
Yeah,
they need a lot.
I just think with those guys, either I'm starting with the O line or I'm starting with my D line before I go anywhere else.
Personally, I always start with in defense. I'm always gonna pick an edge rusher.
I just think that's your foundation. That's your pass
foundation.
Right.
I'm feeling. I don't know.
You go for the edge rusher, and then you go for the lockdown corner.
Because I got to be honest with you, Deontay, I know you like Stingley, but my problem with Stingley is like, I know what he does, but the injury could, I don't know. It's so much if there.
It's a high risk, high reward. But
yeah, exactly.
You got to remember, he's in the SEC. You played against a lot of the dudes in the
and they got him
lockdown.
Yeah, I don't agree with that pick.
All right, let's see. Here comes the selection. Let's keep it cool with spoilers for a moment. Derek Stingley.
Yeah. Well,
all right.
I'm telling y'all, healthy Derek Stingley is the most. That's why I said inconsistent has always been his problem. But when he's healthy, he's one of the most explosive corners, one of the best corners in the country. I think.
Hey, Deontay, I agree with you. I kind of go with them. High risk, high reward. The risk is there, and hopefully the risk isn't what takes him out of it. Because of those injuries. A back injury is pretty damn significant. That's what I hate back injuries.
Especially
because you can't detect back injuries. Like that's the hardest thing to get test on is back injury.
Yeah, because your back, you use your back so damn much for so many things, and I'm telling you, it can be.
I personally, if I was making an executive decision, I would have went with Sauce Gardner first, but Derek Stingley, if you got him healthy, I like him.
Right. All right. We got the Jets up next. I'm gonna go Thibodeau.
I don't know, man. I still think they
Jets is either gonna get. I think they're gonna get Thibodeau, and they get.
If they get Tibbs, that's gonna help the defense a lot.
I'm going
I think they love Garrett Wilson though.
I feel like that's a reach. I feel like Johnson's more like 5
I think
to 10.
they love Garrett Wilson,
5.
and I think if they don't get Garrett Wilson here, they're not going to get him.
Yeah, but the New York Jets are Sauce Gardner.
I'm gonna say they got picks 4 and then 10. So I mean,
I think Garrett can slide it.
But you know what? I still feel like defense wins championships.
I think he's going to Gardner.
Thibodeau is a top prospect.
I think the Jets are going to go with a corner.
Really? You think they're going to go with Gardner?
You think this is where Sauce Gardner goes?
That's what I was
if you look at the Jets,
Gardner's going.
Yeah, Jets at 4.
If you see the Jets coach Robert Saleh, all gas, no brakes, Madrona gets a new pledge member in Gardner who did nothing but get better throughout his college career.
He did get better.
I don't think he gave up a touchdown.
Yeah, he didn't give up a touchdown his whole career.
Hey, let me ask you this. Hey, real quick. We got picks. We still got to get to 10th pick. But out of the 10th pick, what pick do you think is going to be the most intense? Like, which one are you really wanting to see the most out of the picks coming up between now and 10?
My Chargers.
I'm looking at
I'm saying 10. I'm not talking about Chargers. I'm just saying between now and 10, what intrigues you the most? I got to be honest with you. Carolina really intrigues me.
Carolina's got a lot of routes.
I need to figure out.
Yeah, Carolina.
I think the Giants too.
Get a quarterback.
Yeah,
the Giants might do something too because they declined Jones's option. Yep. So I mean, they might get a quarterback.
I don't think they're going for quarterback though. I think they're going to go get enough weapons and get line play, and they're going to say, "All right, Daniel Jones, this is your last year."
Offensive line play, definitely offensive line play. That's their biggest problem.
I think the Giants were really saying, "All right, Daniel Jones, this is your last year. Proof we just fixed the line. We gave some more weapons. Now what?"
He's been rough.
If he has a good year this year, then
Hey, but let me ask you this, Deontay. Okay, Deontay, you said you're very much a believer in edge rushing. You don't think that the Giants had because I believe defense wins championships, and you don't think that they had the chance at 5 and 7 to really improve that defense to the point where that can really make a difference in that team more than an offensive lineman by itself.
The only problem literally every year we talk about the same problem with the Giants. Giants got one of the worst lines in football. That's why I said
they do.
I think they should focus on line. And I think Daniel Jones, he's been pretty bad. Turnover-wise, he gets trigger happy. I can admit that. But I think it's more of the Giants organization that failed Daniel Jones because you got to realize, if you look at him, he has the sack demon monsters in his eye. Like, he thinks he literally goes in every game thinking he's getting sacked. Like,
let me ask you this other question, Deontay. It is really for anybody. So let's say you go offensive lineman right now, and then you don't believe in Daniel Kelly, so you go for a quarterback later on in the draft. But by the time that that quarterback you think is the guy, because it's going to take about 2 to 3 years to really be the guy, then you're going to have to pay that offensive lineman if he does pan out. Now you're going to have to pay him probably a supermax type deal. For me, I'm probably going to wait on the offensive lineman so I don't have to pay him as much right off the rip.
I can see what you're saying with the defense wise because the Giants can improve in their defense, but I ain't going to lie. Compared to NFC East, most of the teams are more offensively heavy than defense.
I agree. No, I agree. That's true. That's very, very true.
It don't matter who they put back there at quarterback if they don't improve that offensive line.
Yeah, they got the worst line in football, like one of the worst lines in football by far. It's them, the Texans, and at one point the Bengals. Like they had.
Right. Is anybody here?
Yeah, you can put Tom Brady back there and he'll struggle.
Like
but let me ask you this: is anybody here really believe in Daniel Jones? Even if you give him a good offensive line, does anybody believe in Daniel Jones?
I think if he's somewhere else, yes. I think he could be a solid quarterback somewhere else. I think New York is done with him.
All right, so
you don't think he fits
the tickets in, boys. Who we going with? Gardner? Is Gardner?
Say Gardner.
I say I don't know. I think they might get.
I'm kind of leaning towards
Johnson
Gardner
here.
I'm kind of leaning towards Gardner just because it's a pass-heavy league, and you got to have some good corners.
Receiver make the most sense for them though.
Yeah,
I think they could wait. They could wait till 10. They could wait till 10.
Yeah, I think they can get one at 10 though.
I think they'll get one.
Yeah, but how was Zach Wilson pan out?
I'll say between Jermaine Johnson.
That's why I think they're going defense.
Next pick. I think it's going to be Jermaine
Yeah, I think they're going defense.
I think they're going to go defense just because Zach Wilson. He's only been there for a year, but he's still got something to prove.
It's another. Also, the Jets is another team that's running neck for neck with worst franchises in sports.
All right, let's see.
Have
I've not won the AFC since 2000.
Is it a slap in the face to Thibodeau if he doesn't go to the Jets here?
I think Thibodeau doesn't want to go to the Jets.
No, he probably doesn't. I wouldn't go to the Jets.
To be fair, though, who wants to go to the Jets? Who wants to go to the Jets?
Hey, I wouldn't care where I go.
Jonathan just said, "Show me the money."
I don't.
Damn.
I want to go. I'll go anywhere besides the Jets and the Giants. In Detroit, I couldn't do anything
unless somebody gave you a fat contract to put it in front of your face.
Yeah, and I ain't gonna lie, but that's just hard.
You want me to tell you the pick is?
No. Hold off, Chris. Hold off.
Hey, at least Deontay want to win.
I waited my whole life.
We gotta wait for the stream to catch up here.
Want to win?
No, they still haven't picked yet. I'm still on ESPN. They still have them on the clock.
I'm gonna say the pick is in, but we're waiting for the stream.
Yeah, they just haven't said it yet.
That's what you gotta realize, Jonathan. I waited my whole life. I just don't want the contract. I want to win the Super Bowl. And everybody, the Jets is a laughing stock of football.
I hear you.
All right, who's gonna go to the Jets?
I just see who they got.
Somebody defensive.
It's gotta be defense. I think we all agree defense.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. With the fourth pick, the New York Jets
I'm saying Blake Willis.
Sauce Gardner.
Sauce boy.
Hey,
Sauce boy.
Not a bad pick.
I like
Look at the absolute drip on this man tonight. Powder
he got some drip.
The chain. Heavy. The necklaces are heavy.
Hey, nothing against Ahmad Gardner. Nothing against him. But do you think he's better than Tibbs?
No. If you're talking about no. I think Tibbs is the best right now in this draft class.
Gardner's got a lot of potential, but
Gardner smothered the passing game, though.
Gardner could be a shutdown
really
corner.
That's true. I would say
what's hurting Thibodeau is he can't get off for the run, stopping the run. I mean, he gets them big.
This man really went the wrong
way.
Since Jamal Adams, they haven't really had that it factor in the secondary.
Yeah, man. And if you look at Thibodeau, when a bigger offensive line gets on him, he can't shed that block. He has
that's how you know he went the wrong way.
Hope Gardner
will get drafted.
I think.
Our boy Pride coming in said a QB get picked yet? LMAO? Nah, Pride. you gotta wait till you gotta wait a minute for that, my friend.
Yeah, you're gonna have to wait till like 16, probably.
Okay. All right. We got pick 4. So we got who's up next? The Giants.
Am I the only one that believes Sauce Gardner got to get?
Yeah, the Giants is next.
Bro, I don't trust the Giants. The Giants ain't had a good reputation.
And the mock draft's got the Giants picking Charles Cross, Mississippi State offensive tackle, sophomore.
Yeah, I don't like that pick. I don't like that at all.
The Giants are getting Evan Neal.
The Giants got to do something more than offensive lineman, I think.
I mean, if you're going to offensive lineman, you got to do better than Charles Cross.
I mean, you got Neal, Cross, Iguanu. Those are the.
I think they're taking Evan Neal.
I think they're going Evan Neal. If they don't get the best lineman in the draft, they're stupid. Not gonna
yeah.
See my mock draft.
That would be a wise pick for them. Evan Neal.
You got who
on the board?
I said I thought I had Gardner dropping here, but
Malik Willis
didn't think he would go to the Jets.
I'm about to say Malik was good, but he ain't top 5. I mean, also shout out
Malik Willis is Pride's boy.
That's true.
That's Pride's boy right there.
I'm about to say he went to Liberty and not too far from Pride. Sauce Gardner, congrats, the first person from Cincinnati to be drafted in the first round since 1971. Go Bearcats.
I think he's going to help facilitate Martindale's scheme.
Okay, now Pride, we're going to have to kick you out. This man said Kenny Pickett is a top 3. No.
He said Kenny Pickett's a top 3.
Yeah, in day 2. In day 2.
We need to pick 5 and Pride's already clowning.
Pride, what you been drinking tonight?
He said Kenny. Hey, if you know Pride, man, that comment fits right along with Pride. That's how Pride
Kenny
thinks.
Pickett got picked top 3. That GM needs to be fired immediately. Sent out on that boat and not come back.
Man, you ain't. Hey,
I think
you ain't lying.
I think he's losing his spot draft night. Like he might say,
Yeah, no, you ain't drafting another pick. That's your last one, bro.
So Matt Corral not at the draft this year?
Pride, no. Matt Corral is a franchise quarterback.
Who?
From the quarterback from Ole Miss.
No, he's being sarcastic.
He's just gonna throw names out there. He's gonna throw out some guy from a D3 school we never heard of.
He's gonna say Sam Howell could be a franchise quarterback.
Hey, he could be.
He could be.
He's got the talent for it. He's got the heart for it. Sam Howell's got the heart for it.
I like Matt Corral more than Sam Howell.
I mean, Sam Howell took some hits last year, and still step by day.
CEO line sucked.
This is not a great class for quarterbacks.
Nah, it's very much low tier. All right, pick is in for the Giants. Who are they gonna go with?
Giants mess around and surprise us.
Yeah, about to say the Giants gonna go with a punter.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't even be surprised.
Giants are full of shenanigans.
I wouldn't even be surprised. I was back against the Giants.
Coming out of UTEP.
Long snapper.
I'm gonna say I joke around, but I mean I'm gonna say my franchise did draft a kicker with old Seabass a while ago, so that turned out good. I'm just saying it turned out good.
I wouldn't be surprised if they pick up Kenny Pickett here.
You think Thibodeau comes here? You think Tib drops?
No, I think I can see Thibodeau, but I see more.
I got Tibbs going here.
Evan Neal.
I got
Evan Neal. They need to get Tremaine. They need to get.
I can see Thibodeau going here.
I see Thibodeau too because I think he signed with Nike. Plus going to New York, that man's about to be on billboards.
No, I'm with Deontay.
Yeah.
If they don't pick an offensive lineman, they're
they got to pick an offensive lineman.
I got Tibbs. I got
the Giants got Thibodeau slated at number 10 in some of the mock drafts. So,
but they might want to get him here though, and not risk him. You know.
Yeah, but if you get him now, you have to pay him a little bit more than what you would if you get him at number 10.
Yeah, that's just up to them if they think he's worth it. We'll see though, man. But we will see.
I just hope they get a line because I know that's every fan. I talk to every Giants fan.
That's all Giants fan here. Unfortunately,
who's a Giants fan?
I don't think we got any in the call.
What's the Giants' next pick? They got 7, right?
They pick number 10.
No, they got pick 7.
Jets
got so they can get O-line there.
They can go 7. It's only 2 picks away. They could definitely,
Yeah.
All right,
let's see. Selection.
I'll give 2 O-lines.
Who is this?
I have no idea. He looks hyped though.
Yeah, I think they grabbed Thibodeau before he gets.
I think they're going Tib. They're going Tib here because they might go because 6.
If they don't, that would be interesting.
6 is Carolina, but I don't.
Carolina.
I got Tibbs.
If they don't go for a quarterback, I think they're gonna go for. I don't know. A lot of the picks I thought.
Well, I mean, if you look at some of the mock drafts here at number 6, they got even Evan Neal going to Carolina.
I can see him in the line.
Yeah, Carolina needs some work though, man. I don't know. Yeah, I got Tibbs going here, top 5.
I can see Tibbs if Evan Neal will be available as a 7th pick.
All right.
Hey, who is this kid next to Roger Goodell?
Probably some rich kid from New York.
I'm about to say, right?
It is Sam Prince from Make-A-Wish. So congratulations.
Oh damn! I'm gonna be quiet now.
Oh, I know who
Jay's
they
about to
got.
get us kicked off the stream. All right. Giant select. Don't throw that comment by Pride up on the screen.
No.
Do not throw that one up.
I'm not going to put that up there, but that's funny. That's funny, Pride.
I say you can see it, but don't throw it up there. If you're in the
Pride, you're wrong. Name on Thibodeau.
Hey, I'm cool with it. Look at the.
Hey, I'm cool with it.
Smooth.
Hey, I like
Yeah,
the
it's-
Hey,
it's-
they have to go
it's-
offensive lineman 7 now.
Yeah,
I
he's
think
gonna
that's the
help.
best suit.
He's gonna help transform that.
Hey,
Giants
I
defense.
dig the suit.
That's
How about
a good
that?
Now,
pick.
He's got some
I'm still
pizzazz.
telling you, man. Hey, they need to go quarterback at 7. Really keep that defense going.
You think they're
They
going to corner?
still need line.
No,
they
I
still
got
need
him a-
linemen, though, but
I
that's
got him a line.
That's
He's
a
the
cool
best. He
pick.
was the best player available.
Yeah, that's a good pick. I like it.
Well, you got to figure, Carolina's probably going to, like you said, they're going to go quarterback, maybe defense.
Yeah.
So there should be quite a few good selections that can really benefit them at number 7 at a very good.
Edge rusher. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is where it get interesting.
I'm about to say.
Someone who's
Congrats-
fundamentally
Carolina.
sound and
Hey,
I'm not
man.
gonna lie. I was shocked
is
when they got Walker.
explosive.
This man's got a lot of pressure on him now. He's playing for the Giants.
Walker.
New York
just-
media. You
Signed
know,
by
Well,
Nike.
He's in a media-driven city. Have to put
yeah.
up
If you don't play good in New York, your
Right.
career
You're not
could be
gonna lie.
gone in
they
the
will, they
media.
will run you
I
out.
don't know. It's something with New York. New York
But
has the
I think
addiction
this
to
guy's
making good
poised.
players
I
look
think
bad.
this guy will live up to the hype, and he'll do his thing in New York.
Yeah, but he's got to get better. He's got to get better to shed off the blockers. So if the big tackles
And
get on him,
and
he got to shed.
And
man,
I think that will come in time. He's still developing as a player.
He's got a lot of potential though. There's no doubt
He
about that.
definitely has a lot of potential to do great things with the Giants.
I'd
But
say
we
he's-
all
he's a-
know how things turn out for the Giants.
I'm about to tell you, it's the Giants.
Yeah, I'm definitely not going cornerback because, like you said, I'm definitely going offensive line. I'm going
You
Evan
gotta go
Neal.
line 7.
I'm either
We'll
going
see-
Evan Neal or a corner, depending on what
We'll see
Carolina
what
does.
Yeah, because
But
I would think
all the
Carolina.
mock drafts, that I've looked at in the past 3 or 4 months has Evan Neal going to Carolina.
I've seen Neal or Cross just kind of.
Look who
flip.
he's compared to. He's
Definitely
compared
O-line.
to
Sean Merriman.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good comparison.
That is a very good comparison.
I can see it with the athletic ability.
I'm about to,
I mean,
he's a freak athlete too.
He's good at pass rushing, but
His
you know,
run
if they show his clip of trying to get off the blocks, he's not very definitely get off the blocks. when it's being blocked.
Just because teams ain't run the balls much. Teams ain't run the balls much here.
He got a nice quick first step also.
Oh yeah.
So you're basically saying his hands and his technique need work.
Oh yeah,
The aggression is there though.
I think.
You can see just how quick he is.
Yeah.
Well, he can bull rush you too.
Very
I mean, you got a
aggressive
good
and he
bull
can
rush.
come off the
man.
edge. He definitely has that quickness to
I think-
come off the edge and,
I like
put
the
some
pick.
pressure on the quarterback.
The technique matters.
All right.
Carolina.
Taking a little bit of time.
Oh.
Carolina's
If
in
they're
a dumpster
down to
fire at the moment,
322,
man.
that means they really don't know who the hell they're going with.
I don't know. Bro, Carolina started off so good last year. They're 4 or 5-0, and then they just fell off a cliff.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. They're in a rough position. I don't know if Matt Rule makes it long.
I don't think he does.
I
really don't think Matt Rule makes it that long. I think
I don't know, man. Sam
You
Darnold.
think he make it through the season?
Sam Darnold did
He's
not
out of
impress
here
me
after
last
this
year.
season.
Yeah,
He
I
did not
think this
impress
is
me
last
year.
year too.
You think he'll make it through the season though?
Yeah, he'll make it through the season,
Who,
but I
Darnold?
think he's out of here.
You think McCaffrey?
I
makes
think
it
Matt,
through the season?
Matt Rule should have came up as a coordinator more than a head coach. I don't think he was head coach ready.
Honestly, I
It ain't
think he's
looking
ready
like
to
it.
go back to college last year, but all the other positions got filled.
Yeah.
All right.
But it's gonna be a good run with what he goes with here. I mean,
I think Carolina got
Yeah.
that corner last year, right?
yeah, they got the corner from
From,
South Carolina.
South
I think.
Carolina.
Horn.
Yeah. Because I know Jay was wanting them, but they picked him right before.
Yeah.
You talking about
J.C. Horn.
Yeah,
Yeah,
JC.
Horn. They got
Because Jay was
JC
saying
Horn.
they needed JC Horn, but then they
and the
got
Broncos
Micah.
got Patrick.
Because at that particular time, I felt like I still feel like we need secondary help. But I'm not
All right.
upset with
All
Parsons
right, so
one
we
bit.
go.
Hold
So,
on.
and
Carolina
hold
takes
on,
his
hold
in,
on.
just waiting to put in the.
Oh, here we go. Here we
Pick is
go.
in.
I like their draft hats this year. Those are fresh.
They're nice. Because last one's been ain't too good. Oh, we got
Cowboys
commercial.
need more than
What you got to say, Freddie?
The Cowboys need
lineman.
more. The Cowboys need more than edge rush. They need more than corners. They need more than a quarterback. They need the Lord and Savior. Get on his knees, say a prayer, and everything. Tyler, you know it. Hey,
Freddie, come on.
Tyler,
We're not.
they
This
put-
is not a Dallas Cowboys
Hold
show.
on, Jonathan.
I'm about to
The
say, this is a
Cowboys
draft
put-
show.
I'm so sorry for my brother.
Hey, Freddie went bye-bye.
Hey,
Sometimes you just gotta let it go.
We
just gotta let it go. I'm definitely getting fired now.
Freddie's
I want to give Tyler his roses. I love him as a brother. He's a big mentor to me. We're trying to follow his steps. He made it big time. My brother be going through it during the Christmas time, y'all. Them Cowboys to let him down yet again.
Hey, Tyler, don't listen to Freddie. The ink on his shirt is still not dry yet. That's how new he is.
Man, he got the Ram shirt on. Okay. All right, Fred.
Listen, that's not even his Ram shirt. He beat
Hey,
us
look,
kid.
Freddie's got 3 different teams. He's got the Giants, he had the Green Bay Packers, now he's got the Rams. 3 different teams in the 3 years.
Yeah, he jumped on jumped on to the Rams bandwagon thanks to me.
Jonathan.
Hey, I will say right now. Hey, listen, Freddie is more confused than transgender.
I was his source of inspiration.
But Freddie can't claim that in the Super Bowl because he was a Giants fan last year, all the way through the whole
he can't claim that. He knows he can't claim it.
Hey, hold on, y'all.
The T-shirt says otherwise, gentlemen.
You were a Giants fan?
No, I'm a Rams. I was a Giants, but when they did that stuff to Brian Flores, I will not.
I get it, Freddie, but there's still rules. There's still rules, and you have to follow the rules. But if you're going to switch a team, you got to follow the rules, and the rules clearly state you cannot switch to the Super Bowl team right 2 weeks before the Super Bowl. You got to wait to the next following year.
Hey, I'm about to say, who the Panthers get? They getting no linemen.
They haven't put it in. They just said the pick is in. They haven't said it yet.
It's got to be.
Freddie violated the fan policy.
Yeah, they're going to drag out that Carolina pick because I think everybody knows that.
I'm about to say.
This could be the turning point of the draft right here.
Well, see, the thing.
I think this is where we get our first O-lineman gone, I think. It's got
the Panthers all offseason was talking about how much confidence they got in the quarterback they got now. That's why I don't think they'll draft one right here.
Sam Darnold was awful.
This is going to show, This is going to show right here.
They got to go off the line.
Just give me the pick 10. I'm talking pick 10.
Just waiting for the commercials to come back.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, on commercial. But they got to go offensive line here.
I would think so. That's the smart move.
If you're a Carolina fan and they draft that quarterback, how depressed are you going to be?
If they draft the quarterback,
Willis?
that's going to shake up this entire draft.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
all right.
Yeah, I think Willis is going to drop because Carolina's that's all they talk about.
I don't think
a
quarterback goes top 10. It ain't the way it's shaking out now.
Well, I mean, if you look at the mock draft, they said Evan Neal's going to go to this spot right here. So
it's got.
Here we go.
So it's going to be Neal, Ekwonu, or Cross. Those are the top 3.
Yeah.
Ekwonu
I wasn't surprised if they go.
So that could be something.
I wasn't surprised if they go to North Carolina State because they probably seen them play.
I'm about to say. Plus,
so.
we've had some hometown selections with Hutchinson. So, can we keep the trend going? Welcome,
Ekwonu.
Oh wow! Well, hey, good for them. Good for them that they didn't go for a quarterback. Honestly,
that's a good pick.
I'm shocked he got over Evan Neal.
I think Neal's more than this pick for the Giants.
Well, at number 7, yeah, this is where all the mock drafts had Tipino going at number 7.
Yep, 7 with the Giants.
Hey, good pick for them though, honestly, man. Because if they would have done quarterback, that would have been stupid.
I think Neal's going here at 7.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
Hey, what'd you say? Matt Rule saved his job making that pick.
I wouldn't go that far now.
He plays with a ton of aggression.
I mean, this dude's pretty nasty. I mean, he played in North Carolina State. I mean, he got a lot of abilities on him too. So,
and he's at his best as a run blocker too.
Yeah.
Like
they got up on the screen there.
Hey, but do you agree that Ekwonu is better than Neal? I just don't. No. I think Neal is a little bit better arm strength and size and everything and all the intangibles.
It's hard for me. It's hard to judge a lineman, man.
It's hard to evaluate.
It really is.
Players. Really,
just because offensive linemen, you don't have it's hard to go off of unless you're watching religiously.
But he definitely has tools to develop.
Yeah, but if you look at him, if they got the McCaffrey running the ball more and trying to pass the ball, this is the guy you want because this guy's really nasty on the run.
So they're
he will dominate you in a heartbeat.
Oh, Hall of Fame.
So if you're in New York, you should lean towards Evan Neal at this point for your offensive line, correct? I mean, am I right?
That's what I believe.
How about if they go across though? How about if they pull a surprise and go across from Mississippi State?
I'm about to tell you, the Giants.
I
The Giants
think
did something
cross is
good.
bad,
They
but
got to do something bad.
That'd be the Giants thing to do.
I'm about to say go with
Or how about if the Giants decided, hey, this is where we want to pull a quarterback?
Oh my land! Oh God! How bad
they could. They could. They option out.
Again.
They didn't sign Jones's option yet.
That's true.
So they could.
I don't know. I feel like they're going to wait till next year.
I think they're going to wait for like
they're not just put pressure on.
I mean,
I agree with next year.
Wow, how bad could you mess this up, New York?
I'm about to say, so far they're 1 for 1, I think.
Yeah. No, they're doing good, but man, I'm telling you, if they don't go Neal at this point, I get it, Cross. You can put Cross in there too. I'm not saying that, but I don't know, man. I feel Neal is the better choice in my opinion. That's my opinion.
If you don't get Evan Neal, you literally just flunked your draft grade. That's how I feel about.
I'd say so far.
Let us know what the scouts think. Why the scouts would tell them Cross over Neal.
Either Neal or Cross, as long as they get an offensive lineman.
Yeah, but the Giants are good because notorious pulling some out of the hat right now.
No question, they go with Neal. It just makes too much sense.
It makes sense, but it's also the Giants. Let's be real here.
So if you make sense, then that means the Giants going to go from the opposite of your sense. Yeah.
So they're going to go wide receiver then.
They can't be that.
No, they could go quarterback.
He's the most experienced, at least one of the most experienced linemen in this draft.
I mean,
Dable might like one of these quarterbacks.
They need someone to pair with that elite receiver, Kadarius Toney. Am I right?
Well, they said
so well for them last year.
Well, the New York, the Giants picks is in, so we're waiting to see what they're going to say here.
Oh, here we go, New York. What are
this could be the turning point for the Giants at this point right now.
They've been rebuilding for 12 years.
You ain't wrong.
Hey, that's true though, man. Hey, and they've had some bad luck. I mean, Saquon Barkley was a good pick. It's just health. This is not on his side.
Man, Evan Neal
they haven't had a solid line for 12 years. That's been the reason they've been terrible.
That guy.
Yeah, they haven't been able to get their offensive line right.
That's true.
Ever since Eli's been in.
So if they go Evan Neal, man, I think the Giants are 2 for 2.
They go for wide receiver. I might throw my computer.
This we might have them leaving.
They would do something like that too, huh?
I'm about to say
if you're a Saquon Barkley, you're praying for an offensive lineman to give you a run through.
Saquon's going to be over in fantasy last year, Jay.
You know it. Saquon, if they don't get anything other than a lineman,
someone that could block for you, so you could find.
They need someone who can block
and explode.
If I'm Daniel Jones, anything other
than run block or pass block last year.
Bro, I'm praying for it. Well, also you got to think though, it's a new GM, so he might not be as dumb as who was it, Gettleman.
Oh no, here we go.
If they don't go O-line here with Neal.
If they don't go O-line, then this throw the whole franchise away.
If they don't go O-line, you're going to see Deontay's computer get thrown across the room.
If they go anywhere else but O-line. All right. Evan Neal.
Good job. Good job.
I think
the Giants are on a comeback, baby.
That's just a smart football
They
player.
actually picked Evan Neal.
Those are two.
I love how we're all just so shocked the Giants did 2 picks correct.
Really solid pick, right?
The Giants probably shocked that Evan Neal made it down to him.
That's true. I'm gonna tell you because if Ekwonu didn't get picked,
I figured if they didn't take Neal at 5, he wouldn't be there at 7.
All right. After the
that's true though. That's true.
We got the Falcons.
So far, I gotta tip my hat to the Giants. They made solid picks. They didn't screw it up.
This dude is a technician.
Oh yeah, SEC playing against them.
He's gonna help their offense. He'll help their line a lot.
He's the best old lineman in the draft.
Man, now New York can chill out until the second round, and then
now the Falcons on the clock. Most of the mock drafts got Jermaine Johnson II from Florida State.
Bro, if they don't get an edge rusher, I'm gonna be upset because they ain't got no one to rush the quarterback. They can go draft guys from my high school to do better than what they did last year.
Yeah, they're.
So, at what pick did we start looking at trades?
Oh, well, let's see. 9 is Seattle, and then 10
I can
is
see
the
New York
Jets.
trading the first pick, their 10th overall pick. I can see Jets trading it. But that's the only that's the only top 10 team. But I think it probably start in the 12 and 13 range.
I can see Houston dropping down and Green Bay dropping up and then number 13 pick.
Yeah, Falcons can't screw this up.
I'm really surprised we haven't seen Green Bay talk about trades for Drake London or whoever else they think might be the better option.
Yeah.
They must have real confidence that London or whoever is going to slide down much further.
I think
but I don't think London makes it past Philly or Washington.
Nah.
Oh yeah, I think London.
London picking them.
You know, the interesting thing is
I don't think Williamson makes it.
Yeah, I think Williams makes it. I think Williams makes it.
I think
Williams makes it
just because he's coming off ACL.
Just the NBA update: Pelicans are ahead of the Suns, 58-50.
So who are
okay?
Is Devin Booker back?
Yeah, Booker's back.
Yeah,
Booker's back.
What about the Philly game?
You know,
Philly is up 99-78 at the end of the third quarter.
Goodbye.
You know,
goodbye, Toronto. It was nice knowing you.
The most curious pick is going to come out at number 9 because everybody at mock draft had Derek Stingley Jr. going to Seattle. So now that's pretty much a bust right there for everybody.
Seattle go for
starters on.
But they trying to rebuild the Legion of Boom.
They were trying. But
so right now, list available has Garrett Wilson as number 1, and then they got Charles Cross at number 3, Kyle Hamilton at number 2. And they got Drake London at 4 for best available.
Yeah.
Do you see the Falcons going for a quarterback?
No,
that's what I said.
No,
they're not.
That wouldn't surprise me, but I don't think so.
They don't. No, they're. If they're
I think it comes around the second or third round.
No,
yeah, I don't think a quarterback is coming off the board this early.
No, they're still in that area though. For at least this season, it was something like I think 1 year, maybe 2 year deal.
They can use a wide receiver though with Kevin Ridley.
Yeah, but they're gonna get sacked 30 times a night.
They needed one even if he was there too, because Gabriel is gone.
I'm about to
say, I got a question. So Daniel Kelly, the pro scout that was with the Jets so far, he said Jordan Davis was a bust. Does anybody here share that same sentiment?
He's a good run blocker, but I know obviously he ain't got no speed.
Jordan Davis from Georgia?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Daniel Kelly said he's going to be a bust.
Bro, all the Falcons receivers only got 1,000 yards combined.
Look, they need a receiver more than anything.
Oh my God, this whole team just.
I wouldn't be surprised to go for Garrett Wilson.
Who is the next best receiver in the draft?
We got London, Wilson, Olave.
Yeah, Wilson, London, and then of course you got Williams still in there.
Well, if you look at the mock drafts, at number 10, the Jets gonna get Drake London, and then number 11, Washington Commanders are gonna come around and get Garrett Wilson on the mock drafts right there.
See, I forgot Ridley was suspended, so it would make the most sense to go with a receiver here.
Yeah, Calvin Ridley is suspended.
Yeah, I completely
is
forgot
definitely
about that.
suspended. So
probably just for
they did.
Receiver.
They did.
He's probably going to be suspended for
the year. They picked a receiver, but I'm not going to say who he is until it shows up.
Oh, so they're going with a receiver?
They're going with a receiver.
I'm about to say, okay. I saw that Drake put a bet for a receiver.
And say Wilson.
And he's a receiver that I know really well.
Drake has won his bet.
Falcons.
It's going to be Wilson.
Drake London.
No, it was Drake London.
That's why I said he's a receiver that I know really well.
I would have took Wilson instead of Drake London.
Wow.
So that's gonna mess up the Jets at number 10 because that's where everybody had him going.
Fight on.
I'd rather get Wilson over Drake London. I like Drake London's size though.
I think Wilson or London, you're going to be okay with those picks. What's Calvin really doing? Is he coming back or is he gone? I mean, what's up with Calvin?
He's definitely suspended right now.
He's suspended.
Yeah,
and
I
then
think Wilson goes right here to the Jets. This is their playmaker.
No, number 9 pick is Seattle. Now this is going to be the interesting round right here with Seattle. Who does Seattle get?
Wow, that Atlanta pick really went left.
Yeah. J-Fire about to get us kicked off of everywhere. Nice cover, buddy. Well, at least the Falcons got a receiver, but Mariota's about to have a broke leg in 4 weeks. Unless they go receiver, or unless they go O-line heavy the rest of the way.
Well, they got Seattle on the clock right now, so I think Seattle might take all their time right here to try to get their pick in.
Jay to my office out of the street.
So.
The principal called you in, Jay.
He said what?
He said he's gonna take you behind the woodshed.
Listen, I've been behind the woodshed several times. I got maybe part of my left butt cheek. That's about all I can give him. I took the right butt cheek last month.
So, I like the comparison they give him to. They're comparing him to Vincent Jackson. I think it's a solid comparison.
I bet he's tall. You know what, 6'4", 6'5"?
Yeah. But Drake, 6'3". He's basically 6'4", 6'3", 7'8". You're 6'4". My question is always with the Pac-12, and they
was that pick number 8, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's pick number 8. Number 9, Seattle's on the clock. So.
Wow, and Seattle's got quite a few needs as well.
Yeah.
At least you know they're not going for receiver.
Yeah.
Well,
so what do you do, guys? Are they gonna go wide receiver, or are they gonna go Charles Cross?
Nah, I think they're going after a corner. Defense. I think they're going after a corner, though.
I think they're going
or corner.
I don't think Jordan Davis is going that high. I think Jordan Davis is going to be top 15 pick. I'm going to be like a 15 or 16 pick.
I mean, they had Stanley Jr. lined up for this pick for Seattle, but that didn't boost it too good for LSU. And then Gardner's off the thing. So this could be a good place for Andrew Booth Jr. from Clemson. He's the next highest one rated after Stanley Jr. So on the board at corner. So
you think Calvin Ridley put a bet on this pick?
That's kind of one of the same thing myself. Do you think Calvin Ridley's at home thinking like, "Damn, man, I got to get my crap together"?
This man's about to steal my touches.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of exactly what I was thinking.
They just compared this man to Larry Fitzgerald.
Wow.
That's a pretty big. Those are good hands. I'm guessing they're comparing his hands.
He does have
Larry
good hands. He does have good.
Compared to one of the best hands ever.
He runs his routes really well. I watched him a lot because I'm a USC guy, so I've seen quite.
But if you're comparing him to Fitzgerald, they got to be comparing it to the hands.
Him and Pitts will be a good combo. I guess they're just going to try and go that Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase route where your O-line ain't the best, but hey, someone's down there.
So who's going to pick Jameson Williams from Alabama, the fast guy from Alabama?
I think he's dipping though, just because that ACL injury. That's why.
Yeah.
But if he was healthy, he would have been a top pick.
Yeah, I won't be.
I mean, Drake London was number 12. It was ranked number 12 at wide receiver, and Jameis Williams was ranked number 11.
Yeah.
And they still got the number 7 ranked guy, the best guy on the board right now after, Garrett Wilson at number 7 ranked. So.
Hey, something I completely forgot about with Carolina not going with quarterback. Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
I don't think
you think they pick him up on a trade?
Yeah.
We haven't gotten a trade yet, surprisingly.
Yeah, I really thought there would have been a trade by now. But maybe they're waiting. I guess they're waiting for the middle round picks because they feel like, I guess, the wide receivers are going to drop. I don't know what Green Bay is personally waiting on.
Green Bay is definitely.
You got Washington picking at 11. It's gonna be interesting.
Quick update on the NBA scores. The Suns are now up 70-69 against the Pelicans. 6 minutes left in the third.
I think the Suns are going to wrap it up, and I think Philly's going to wrap it up tonight. I think that's just the way it's going to play out.
Philly's up by like 24, 30. They're already.
I don't know what Harden scored, but I'm guessing Harden must have stepped his game
first half, and then Philly pulled away, starting to pull away.
Harden's got 22. Max.
Well, what's the field goal percentage? Like, what was his shots?
7-12.
Yeah, that's not bad. He should have about 50%. So Harden stepped it up a little
7-12 also. So I mean, they're just shooting the ball really good. They're shooting 55% of the team. Oh yeah, they're yeah. If you're shooting that good, you're going on.
Well, they had to, man. Otherwise, they didn't want to let Toronto hang around and get more momentum.
Doc Rivers didn't want to go to
Yeah,
game
if Toronto
7.
Toronto won this game, I think Toronto would have won the series.
Hey, you think Doc took the Sixers in the locker room and said, "Look, guys, I really need this win. I can't blow another 3-1.
I'm tired of getting beat up.
I can't take it as a 3-1.
Because you know his history, right? He's got three.
Yeah, he's got the most
blown 3-1 leads.
He had the Magic, the
I'm
Clippers.
Sure, he had that in his back, in the back of his mind.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Get nervous,
guys. Please,
I had to start creeping in there.
He probably had sweaty palms and was nervous as hell. Wondering if the season could come to an end in the worst possible way.
But they're moving on.
Hey, Doc got him in the locker room saying, "Man, for the love of God, just don't blow this one."
The worst one was the Clippers when
Clippers
lost to the Nuggets.
That Clippers team should have won the man. They were a finals favorite too.
Yeah,
I remember writing an article and I said they choked on spicy nuggets.
So who we think Seattle goes with here?
Offensive line.
They've got to go Charles Cross.
Yeah,
that's
the best pick.
They got to go. I think they're going with
that or Drew Lock's about to get massacred every week.
Right there.
I mean, that was the main reason Russ wanted out.
That's true. They didn't get him any help.
Yeah.
And now Russ is going to try it in Denver.
Where they have barely a line.
I mean, y'all think Pittsburgh
could
draft
this
quarterback?
be where the trade comes in?
You said for Seattle, you draft a quarterback?
No, Steelers, Pittsburgh.
I think so.
Steelers, yes. I don't trust Mitchell Trubisky to deliver my Burger King order, let alone be a quarterback.
That's my guess.
Man,
I think that was
but
more
you know what? Though? But if you're Steelers, do you really want to take a chance on this draft, or again, just like Atlanta and Carolina, do you want a bridge gap guy like Victor?
I agree with you. I think it was more Matt Nagy as well.
I think it was more Matt.
They're desperate for a quarterback, though.
All right, let's see. The
Let's
Seahawks.
see what the
They need a
Seahawks bring in.
quarterback to.
The Seahawks select
I just seen it. That was a
Charles Cross. Good pick. Good pick.
Yeah.
Good pick.
Good move.
Good pick. Yep.
That was a very much.
Very good pick.
Boys,
So now that puts the Jets back on the clock.
Both New York teams have made some good picks. That's usually not
I'm
going to
about to
happen.
say. Something's going on. Something's
Jets
in the
back on
water.
the clock.
So now that puts the Jets back on the clock.
They're going
Also-
wide receiver.
I would say, Jay, this is our last
And-
pick on here also before we have to.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey,
Me too.
hey, where's what is it? Real Talk needs to get up in here so they can pick up.
Yeah, this is where Drake London was going to go according to all the mock drafts.
So I'm guessing
I've
this
looked
is
at
Garrett
it.
Wilson.
So
Yep.
Garrett Wilson probably the spot right here for the game. But the Washington Commanders will be upset because mock drafts got Garrett Wilson going to them. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So.
Hey, for those of y'all tuning in, man, from Unscripted crew, man, me and Landon, and of course our guest Tyler Butler. What did I say? I said Logan Landon. Who did I say?
First off, that ain't my name.
I said Logan Landon. Who did I say?
You said Landon twice.
Man, listen, I'm old. Look, I'm old. At least I got the L part right. Just go with it, man. Damn. I'm sorry. Logan Landon, our trusty sidekick in Gonzo.
Logan, it could be worse. He didn't even introduce me at the beginning of the show, and he didn't even say I was part of the Unscripted crew. He just booted me out.
Here comes Chris Gonzalez, I think.
Hey, Gonzo's gonna light me up in the chat later on. No, hey, we got Gonzalez, Gonzo, Chris Gonzalez with us now. He's our new guy on Unscripted, and we really appreciate having him. And it's a good draft, man. Hey, lots of surprises. Be honest with you.
Yep.
The biggest surprise, Atlanta going with London.
Do I need to get off so somebody else can get on, or how's this working?
No. Freddie sent out a new link to the Real Talk people.
Oh, he sent a new one?
I think so.
Okay,
this
so I
show's
guess
just going to end.
I'm about to say just end the stream here.
Yeah, he just sent a new one.
Okay.
So you'll end the stream and he'll pick it up.
All right.
Okay.
That's cool.
Hey, however that man wants to run his show, we shall run it. Again, hey, Unscripted is a part of the All Sports All Plays Network, and we're glad to have our guest Darren Smith. and as well as Tyler Butler. It's great having these guys on, and we appreciate them.
Thank you for the invite.
Yeah, thanks for the invite.
Hey guys, I think it's been a great show. I've had fun. All of us talking about it. So,
the Jets not expected to trade for Debo.
Hey, listen, man. All I know is Hey, look. All I know is by the time Dallas comes around at 24, it ain't gonna matter. I think we're going offensive linemen are best available. We're not gonna get much out of this first round, I don't think.
Yeah, I think Dallas go with the offensive lineman out of.
They really have to at this point. I mean, honestly, their offensive line is terrible. Tyron Smith, he's always injured prone. I think he's almost done at this point. We got, and of course we got a lot of odds and then, plug-ins, but we really our offensive line is terrible right now.
They don't even have a left guard right now.
Hold up.
Who the Jets go?
Yeah, are you starting a new train?
No, we're just gonna stop at the first 10 picks tonight. Real talk, they can't make it for tonight, but hey, it's all good.
Okay.
But yeah, Jay, I think Dallas gonna go with the guy out of Central Michigan.
So the Jets
out of Central Michigan.
Yeah.
I think. All right, Jets. I think they go
wide receiver.
Wilson.
They go wide receiver Garrett Wilson. I think that's what they're gonna go for.
But that's the smart move, right? We already saw the Giants.
That's gonna mess up the Commanders.
And the Jets
pick.
Can the Jets go 2 for 2? Can we really get both New York teams having some good picks in the first round?
What a miracle, right?
I'm about to say we have it recorded live on air. Both New York teams potentially, right? We're not there yet. Have not screwed up these picks.
But once they get it correct, wow. Well, we have to see first.
Right. But we're hoping receiver. I like Tomlinson. They got that guard. He's good.
Solomon Thomas is good too.
Mm-hmm.
That crowd there just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Honestly, man, it's growing. All right, let's see.
Here we go, folks. Pick number 10.
Final pick of the night for us. The Jets go.
The Jets go with
Garrett Wilson.
Wow, Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, now that's gonna leave the Commanders upset because that's where they had them projected him going to.
I'm feeling that suit though.
I'm about to say the two-tone.
Yeah,
that suit's nice. Hey, let's go. Hey, if y'all don't mind, man, let's just see what the Commanders do before we get out of here. My curiosity is at an all-time high.
It's killing Jay.
Well, number 11 pick too. They had a big interest in Sam Howell too. So they could be the first quarterback.
I don't think they go quarterback. They just got Wentz.
I just seen what they compared him to. That's crazy.
Who are they comparing to?
Lynn Swan.
Really?
Wow.
That is some high praise.
I get the agileness, but I don't.
Right.
I'm curious how these people come up with these comparisons. I really am. You think they just have a dartboard?
Yeah. Agileness. I can see that comparison.
He's good.
Just a wild guess that's thrown out there, maybe. An outlandish opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Hey, if you're Washington, do you go maybe a couple of picks back and try to pick up either Williamson or Olaf at the wide receiver spot?
That's a good question.
That is a good question. I don't know.
I can't give you an answer on that one.
I just feel like they still need a wide receiver, but maybe they go back a couple of picks because maybe they don't have to really pick them right now.
You know what? I'm going to go out on a limb because Washington is notorious for being idiots. This is going to be the first trade.
You think so?
Yeah, Washington they always do that.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the time on the clock for them right now?
Who do you think
If the clock goes all the way down, yeah, they're probably thinking about doing a trade.
They just traded to the Saints. They just traded a pick to the Saints.
Did it?
Did they?
What I tell you?
I called. Me and Tyler Butler called.
Hey, yeah. Don't
I knew
Tyler.
it.
So what they give him? What's the
Hey,
trade?
I feel pretty damn smart. I'm a Tyler Butler now. I feel pretty good about myself.
Washington,
What?
every year. Never
Now,
fails,
I
man.
think if they get
Which-
the Saints traded, the Saints are going for a quarterback.
New name, same regime.
Some teams are just notoriously idiots, and that's one of them.
How do you not? I don't.
One of the dumbest
So what
organizations.
trade pick did the Saints give up though? Did
They're
they
gonna
give
give
up
it
the
to Philly.
16th or the 19th?
Oh no, Saints got
to
it.
number
Saints
11.
They gave it to the Saints, yeah. So what was I about to say? They probably just traded first rounders, I would guess.
Well, they got 2
I would
first round
imagine
picks.
so,
You got a
'cause they're picking
16
at
and a
15
19.
too.
What
So
is New Orleans?
Or no, Philly's picking at 15. I apologize.
What is
Or they
Washington
can get a
doing?
receiver.
Yeah, they could use a receiver.
I'd say Michael
So then
Thomas has played in forever.
so did Washington move
Defensive
down
back.
to not like number 19 or number because Saints
What
got
did they
2
do?
picks in the first round.
So 16 or 15 and 19 or
Let me
something
see
like
if I
that.
can find
Oh yeah,
it.
because they
Yeah.
traded with Philly for those picks,
Right, they sure did. They did.
Yep.
and they still. All right, well,
Yeah, I need that
First
trade
trade.
breakdown.
CJ, you had a hunch and you stuck with it. I like it.
I something about Washington. I just felt like they were either going to trade it. Or,
Tyler said they're going to make a trade, and boom, the trade was.
I just feel like, in my mind, I feel like Washington thinks that they can draft back and still have a wide receiver shot.
James Howell said QB for the Saints. Who is
QB.
that? James Winston, right?
Think they're going to take
Yeah,
Willis
I don't
here?
think
Or sorry,
they're going
Lamus
quarterback
Winston
right
is
here.
not the answer.
That's gonna be the question.
Saints got a lot of places to. Man, that's
They really do have a lot of
dumped
picks.
a lot of
I
pieces.
think a quarterback
this
at
year.
11 is too soon.
They dumped a lot of
They see the
pieces.
Saints going for Traylon Burks.
Ooh.
Jameson Winston is not a bad quarterback if he couldn't eliminate some of those
Healthy.
mistakes that he makes. You know,
Yeah.
the guy throws a ridiculous amount of completions, but also throws a ridiculous amount.
But he
of
really cut down
interceptions.
on the
He
picks
wasn't
last
playing
year.
bad.
Last year
He
he
wasn't
cut
playing
back.
bad last year for the Saints before he got hurt.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, he really cut back on the picks last year. I mean, before he got hurt, he was actually. I
Right,
mean,
he wasn't
he
bad.
had him in playoff contention. He wasn't doing bad.
I personally have faith in him. I
Alright, hey,
don't
so this-
think they go with quarterback here. I'll be very surprised.
I got the full trade details.
Yes.
Washington sends pick 11 to the Saints for number 16, number 98, and number 120.
Oh wow, that's
Not
actually
bad.
not bad.
So
for
they got a
Washington.
first, a third, right, a third or fourth, and like
Yeah.
6th or 7th or whatever. So I mean that's not bad. That's really
It's
not
not
too
bad.
bad then.
No, that's not too bad because I think
'Cause
at
I
what
don't
you
know
say
what Washington
16.
had.
They're still going to
Yeah,
blow it.
Saints, yeah, 16.
They're going to
trade
pick
that pick
someone they
back.
don't
I mean,
need.
I mean, they
Saints
fell
still
back,
have
so they won't have to pay a big money for their draft.
Yeah, that
pick
might be
either,
it, too.
so.
So if they go
Yes.
back to 16 and Williams falls down, Williams falls down to 16, that might not be a bad pickup given his injury. I mean, the possibility of it.
So
Yeah.
let me
Did he
see.
last that long?
Let me see what their draft picks were.
Could you imagine if Williams went down to 16 and they snagged him up at 16? That would, man, talk about
They
that.
look like geniuses, probably.
They would, wouldn't they?
Okay. So the Commanders, their picks currently, right, adding in the 16, 98, and 120. They have pick 47, 113, 189, 230, and 240. So they got what was it, a fourth round. They got 2 fourth-round picks, I think, with that, and then the number 18 or 16. So I mean,
Man, for the Saints, that's actually a really good move for them, depending on who they think they need the most.
you mean the Commanders? Because the Commanders got all those picks, but the Saints moved up 5 slots.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, exactly.
No, I
Don't
think it's a
forget
smart
too.
move
They
by
signed
Washington.
Taysom Hill to a boatload of money as
Oh yeah,
well.
and that dude's a bum.
Yeah, they did. But they won't pay him that. They only pay him like $40
I
million
think
because
they
he's not getting
restructured it.
quarterback.
I think they restructured it. I would hope they did because
I think he gets $45 million, isn't it?
for a gadget player. Yeah, so
Yeah, I
that
agree.
is the
I
first
agree.
one. All right. I mean, not a bad haul for. Okay, so it's a third and a fourth. That's not bad for Washington, honestly.
No, I think
It's not
Washington. I think it's a smart move.
No, I mean you lose 5 slots, but I mean you get a third and a fourth, which you got some value for.
So the pick is in for the Saints. It's going to be interesting to see who they pull.
You think they go receiver?
I don't think so.
They go.
I think they're
Yeah,
going
with the condition of Michael Thomas,
I think if
Yeah,
he moves up, you're going
yeah.
to quarterback.
I was just about to say that.
Because
too.
Thomas, he didn't even play last year, so I go with
With
receiver.
Michael Thompson's deal, yeah.
they need somebody to throw the damn ball to.
Yeah, I go with receiver. So who is it? Olave,
You got Olave and you got
Williams.
So here's the deal: you got
It
Williams
really
who's
just
injured. You got
depends.
Olave who's more obviously. Who you throwing to?
I go
I
to
think-
Burks. I'll say Traylon Burks.
I got Olave.
Yeah, I get because with Williams you're going the high risk, high reward with his injury, right? But Olave
Yeah.
is a little bit more safer pick.
Right. So I got Traylon's a good player, but I think they're going to go with the heavy hitters first. You know,
If they go receiver, I think they're going Olave. But
Olave.
I think they're going quarterback. I don't think they move up to get Olave.
I don't know. I think this is a receiver pick.
Yeah.
Just because they re-signed Jameis.
Tony Gonzalez is on the stage.
What's he doing up here?
All right, here we go.
All right. Dang, Roger Goodell's pretty tall. I'm just saying. I mean, that's Tony Gonzalez, man.
Yep.
I didn't know Goodell was a giant like that.
Yeah, I didn't either.
All right, who they got?
With the Saints.
I'm about to say them. Yeah, I don't understand that.
Wasn't he like a Falcon?
Yeah, he was a Falcon and a Chief.
Yeah.
But they might do something for the Make-A-Wish. You never. Is that a barber? Is that Tiki Barber or somebody?
No, it's
I don't
not
know who it
Tiki.
is.
There's a guy up there with a Chiefs jersey on.
Oh, that's the Hall of Fame class, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's Tony Baselli right there, I think.
Ah.
In the suit right beside the Chiefs guy.
I got you. All right, come on, Roger. Or Tony, whoever.
I see.
Tony is
Because Austin Eckler's up there too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Tony Gonzalez is announcing the second round pick for the Chiefs, says James. But he's up there right now, though.
I think this is all the Hall of Fame class for this year.
Bro, if I'm a Saints fan, I'm just itching with anticipation.
Yeah, I know, right?
Just would y'all get this over with so we can find out who my new player is?
What the hell's Austin Eckler up there talking, man? Get him off the damn mic.
I said the Chargers ain't
That's
even
what
picking.
I said. What is he doing here?
I don't know what we got all these. Oh God!
And he's the shortest guy on the stage too.
Hey, we don't
Yeah, he is.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey,
he is.
hey, watch your mouth. We don't disrespect Austin Eckler. Man,
Oh no, I ain't denying that he's not a beast. He's a beast,
hey, that's a fantasy football.
Man, would
guy
y'all
right
would
there.
y'all pick this person? All right, well, we'll just check Twitter or something. 5 minutes.
James Howell says
Jesus.
they're promoting the first Amazon Prime game.
Oh.
Kansas City
You
against
couldn't
the
have done
Chargers.
this. You couldn't have done this in a commercial.
Amazon.
Yeah,
Prime.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Thursday Night Football is moving to Amazon Prime. And the rumor is Pat McAfee's going to be one of the announced one. They're
I'm with it.
Yeah.
All right, fine. Here we go.
I love him, man. I love the energy he brings.
and Tony
Saints.
Gonzalez is analyst for him.
He produces a
Chris
kick-ass
Olave.
podcast.
Olave, they went the safe route.
Man,
They went the safe
Olave.
route. Hey, no, I don't blame them.
Olave.
I like the pick, though. I do like the pick.
Yeah, and Kirk Street is going to be on that cast too.
Hey,
Man, that's interesting.
Hey, Jay.
That's going to be a good cast. You get Gonzalez and McAfee and Herbstreit all together.
Hey, Jay.
So wait, Thursday Night Football's only
Hold
going to be
on.
on Amazon
Yeah, what you
Prime.
saying, Logan?
We got another trade here for Ian Rappaport.
Hold on a second. What we got?
The Lions are now on the clock at 12.
Are you serious?
The Lions have made a
wouldn't-
trade with the Vikings in an NFC North trade.
Huh.
Terms. It's a 12 and a 46 for 32, 34, and 66.
It's gotten interesting.
So the
I know who
Vikings
they're
are
picking.
moving back.
It's gotten
That's interesting. They must not see anybody that they feel is really going to help them, so they're going to go for more picks.
I mean, I thought the Vikings would move up, but that was my guess. But Obviously not.
So,
especially for defense, I thought they'd move up for defense.
Yes, I thought they'd move up to improve their secondary. Remember earlier I mentioned that, but guess not.
All right. Well, this is we in the stream
you
here.
think the Lions are moving up?
Yeah, man. Hey, listen. Hey, we're gonna do it real quick. Hey,
right.
You got like about a 20-second final thought, and then we're gonna end this bad boy. Mr.
Right.
Cruz, final thoughts on the draft.
Yeah, I like to pick the Jaguars did, so I'm very good at that. Some surprises up in this draft, like Landon Drake going up a little bit higher than what I thought he was going to go. So I mean that's the way the NFL draft goes.
Absolutely, Logan.
Just check Twitter, ladies and gentlemen. We might have the spoiler if we doing spoilers, even though we're ending it. Yay, nay?
Yeah, you never know.
Might as well. Everyone cool? All right. The Lions traded up, as we know, and will select Alabama wide receiver Jameson Williams with the pick.
Interesting. Gonzo.
They just had to get a receiver.
It's been a fun time, and this draft's just starting to get interesting now with all these trades.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it is. Absolutely. And Jonathan.
Yes, the NFL is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get in this draft.
Like the Forrest Gump.
Yes.
Deontay.
Those are my final thoughts.
Deontay.
One thing everybody loves is draft. It's draft day for the NFL. You don't know what you're gonna get. You don't know what team can ruin your life or save your life.
I'm gonna tell you about that.
All right.
And always our distinguished guest, Mr. Tyler Butler.
I think the Giants is winning the draft so far.
Yeah. You know what? I really believe that. The Giants are just looking really, really good going into the next round of draft picks. All right, folks. Like I said, hey, me personally, what I take away from this draft is there was a lot of twists and turns. And what I thought was going to happen absolutely did not happen. And I am kind of glad to see that no quarterbacks were taken in the top 10, or at least even the top 11. So at least the integrity of the draft is looking pretty good. But hey, until next time. What's up?
Hey, one more thing, Jay. We got another trade here.
Philly.
Let's go.
Buckle up. We're
Philly's
riding a wild roller coaster now.
Philly is now pick 13. Trade with Texans.
Wow. So now Philly trades up to 13 with the Texans.
Detroit's pick is in.
Might as well just rock with it, make sure. We'll see if we got it right. I'm about to say it's already in. I mean, shout out Gonzo for alerting us, right? So they got Hutchinson doing good. If they get Williamson, like Twitter's saying, that's gonna be with St. Brown too.
No, that's the pick.
That's gonna be nice. We got what 2-3 trades in a row now. We've been doing real good to end up the show.
Let's go.
So they went Hutchinson.
Get the ball to him.
They went Hutchinson on the edge. Do they go Hamilton at the safety?
Nah.
Or do they go with Jordan Davis as the run stopper, or Williams, and of course Jermaine Johnson's still in there. So who do y'all think?
I think they're going receiver.
I'm gonna go receiver because they need that true number one.
So the only top wide receiver left is Williams. So you think they take Williams at 12?
I think so.
I think they really liked Williams, and they didn't think he was going to drop to him.
So the official trade for the Texans and Eagles, the Eagles trade pick 15, 124, and 162, and 166 for pick 13. So the Texans got a lot more draft picks. And the Eagles moved up 2.
It's like 2 other drafts now. Trades already going on.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
All right, here we go. The final, we swear, the final selection, everyone.
Final selection.
Two extra just for our fans.
I love them shoes though.
And we get
they took Jameson Williams, the wide receiver. So he slipped down to 12. You know what? Given his injury, not a bad. I mean, he didn't slide down as far as I thought.
The Lions have had a good draft so far.
The Lions been looking. Yeah, the Lions, both the New York teams.
Yeah, they have had a good draft so far.
What is going on?
That's surprising right there.
I'd say the Falcons might have the worst one so far.
It's about damn time. I'm guessing these teams are sick of being at the bottom every year.
I don't blame them.
They're ready to finally contend. At least get to the playoffs, if nothing else.
True.
All right.
All right, folks. On behalf of Tyler, Jonathan, Gonzo, Logan, Ray, and myself, Jay McLovin, man. Appreciate you joining the draft. And ASAP will be back at pick 13, or maybe no. Are they not coming back or not?
No.
All right, well, hey, this has been ASAP Unscripted live draft. We appreciate you guys attending, and we will see you next go around. Appreciate you.
Peace, y'all.
All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, they working your faces. Grace up the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.